The Frostmoor Crows, episode 56. And the first thing that must be on record is my confession. My confession that I have accidentally deleted episode 55 and forgotten to upload it. Thusly, we shall do a recap that shall explain the whole story in great detail. And to be fair, not that much happened, did it? It wasn't that much that happened.
Oh, there was a lot
It's a pretty cool fight.
There was a lot of and there was a lot about the giants. There was a lot about
There
all
was-
the
there was,
artwork and the map. Remember, I have a detailed map of everything now. Like that's
Oh,
quite a lot.
a detailed map of everything. Well, you did find some interesting mosaics in Grimgar's keep, or his complex, or his part of the keep that he inhabits.
His warehouse.
His warehouse. And that mosaic did have many details going back to the First Age, because it is in fact a very ancient place. Though the colors are faded and many of the pieces of the mosaic tiles have fallen and so on and so forth. And what did you do there? You spent some time there looking around, sort of trying to, on the one hand, Gimble was distracting the giant Grimgar outside while you're waiting for the winter wolf Nagrastru to return from Dodan Barpag, the frost giant holy journey, to find out.
God told me I'd never be able to tame a griffin.
Right, he told you you'd never be able to tame a griffin, but your Elven Moonbrook Elven history.
Yeah, he's just racist.
And then these guys decided to climb down the side of the face of the outside of the keep, which is this big sort of tall tower built into the side of this ravine, this massive stone tower, giant-sized, with many levels. And so you kind of abseiled down the front to get to an arrow slit. I believe Gimble went first, and he heard the sounds of something up there, and then when the others came down, they entered and followed.
Sturges.
They did sound like Sturges, and they got to this corridor, and they looked down the corridor, and they could see treasure at the far end of that corridor, including a giant chariot embedded in the treasure itself. But they were thusly attacked by a creature that had wings and 3 heads and lion's paws on the front and cloven hooves on the back. It had leathery red wings and a red dragon head, a goat's head, and a lion's head. I don't remember if you identified it as such, as something.
I think we recall that Gimble would have had knowledge of it.
Yeah, because I know about monstrosities.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of my enemies. Hated things.
So what did you decide it was?
It was a chimera.
Right. Dun, dun, dun. So you trapped the chimera using a snare, which was about the first time that spell has ever worked. In the corridor.
Yeah, very effective, though.
It was very effective, and I was kind of shocked at how effective it was. You toasted my chimera.
Didn't take 1 HP's worth of damage.
And
Toasted all the Sturges as well.
The other thing that was cool was the Sturges, because the Sturges came from behind and in a big flock, and Tricky Bob cast Spirit Guardians. Is that it?
Guardians.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guardians. Spirit Guardians, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Basically, that was just a meat grinder that chewed up. Got even close to one. So between the Spirit Guardians and the snare, you fucked them all up.
Would have been great. That would have been like a bunch of ghost hammers flying around smacking bats.
That's pretty much what it was. It was just a random meat grinder. It was nasty. So, thusly, you have survived these 2 encounters, having not been scratched a bit, I believe. I don't think anyone took any damage from either the Sturges or the Chimera. So,
Nope, but we did, we blew through some spell slots and some abilities, I think.
Yeah, I think I used up all my level 3 spell slots.
Oh wow, really? Oh, Hank, how many spells did you use on Gimble? Did you use any?
I don't think I used any
Oh,
single spells. We
Zephyr
just
Strike.
went straight longbow.
Is that a cantrip?
No,
Oh, I still have one left.
no. We didn't use Zephyr Strike. We were going to, and then it basically just like gave him
Yeah.
it didn't really apply, so I don't think we did use it.
A lot of my spells are
Thing was
What
you-
about the charges on his weapon? I think we used those.
the bow.
Yeah,
Did we?
Yeah, I think you did actually.
because
Alright.
we only range attacked it, so we never.
Oh right, okay. Well,
I know, but I
I
don't-
tapped out all the charges anyway.
I don't think I knew to use the bow's charges though. What do the charges do on the bow?
An extra 2d4 acid damage.
Oh no, we
No,
didn't do that. No.
didn't do that.
You do that.
No, we
Made it
just
quicker.
used your awesome multi-attack.
Ah, so
What-
good.
Much.
the one
Yeah.
casualty that you did have, I believe, was Hogsmoor got eaten by the.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Hogsmoor was taken down.
And the
I don't-
Goliaths didn't come with us either.
Mm.
They
Well,
refused
do you?
to.
Oh yeah, Momo was up top.
And you
That's
left Momo behind as well. Yeah. So
The whole thing with just was because it's gonna be lost. And we're gonna forget Josiah and Hank stealing things.
Yeah,
Well, what was all that? Well,
we
you've got
stole
a book.
a book, and that was it. And then I
Yeah.
have knowledge of a belt buckle that felt like it shrunk slightly as I touched it, but didn't want to disturb anything, so we just took the book.
Yeah.
Right.
We
Didn't
were very
didn't want to disturb anything except we took the book.
we were very light in our larceny last time.
And I don't believe that like one, I don't want to like upset Grimgar, and
Yeah.
and two, I don't believe he can read.
Exactly. He's not going to use it.
Yeah.
It's an assumption, but I think it's a fair one.
I just keep remembering that line that you said of like, I am the most inbred of all.
I want to get a pillow for my chair.
We like where did it end up?
Where
Off with
we
the
just-
death of the thing?
Yeah, basically right there.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll tell you guys say, well, remember how he was complaining, oh, you didn't take any trophies from the Manticore?
Yeah.
What trophies can we take from this thing?
I think we cut all 3 heads off.
But I don't want to carry
Yeah.
3 heads.
But then
It's quite
think about it.
brutal.
But then you just gotta have a goat's head.
yeah, we just killed a
lion's
goat.
head.
And
Yeah, we just killed a goat, a lion, well, a dragon though.
is there a point where they're all attached?
Yeah, maybe take the dragon head. That's probably the most impressive one, isn't it?
Say it's a
Small
big
dragon,
dragon.
though.
You only
Hang on 1 sec.
carry one head.
I like Gimble's idea. Just take the torso from halfway up the torso.
Yeah, you know,
Take a
drag
freeway
that around.
neck.
Yeah. Where the necks connect.
Can we draw? Can we? Is anyone good at sketching? Someone can draw it, and then no, he'll just think we just drew it. But we
Yeah,
did draw
What
it.
kind of a question is that?
I don't
Is
know.
anyone good at
I want-
sketching?
I want
Maria?
trophies.
No, I think we determined the tricky but wasn't.
No. But
Oh, you mean
we
in-game,
have
right?
okay, so
Yeah, I think we mean a
if we
character.
cast our eyes to the back of the chamber,
Yep.
past the buried or half destroyed chariot,
Mhm.
I think there is a collapsed staircase that
Mhm.
should go upstairs if we can remove that rubble, right?
Maybe.
I'm not done here. We need a trophy.
It's the same room. I mean, you can hack it apart while we inspect the thing.
Okay.
So what there is, I mean, are you going to enter this room? You guys are not on D&D on Roll20, are you?
I am on roll 20.
Thought I was.
I have not
Ah.
clicked the launch button.
Yeah, me neither.
Hang on.
Because what you can see in this room is this half-buried chariot and Gimble, or whoever approaches it. Let's see if any.
Which body is the chimera? Is it this thing?
In the middle.
That one.
Cool. I'll be over there.
All right. Well, from here you can see this chariot
There goes
buried
Hank.
treasure over here.
Ah.
There's
So
two
did
lines sticking out of it to represent the harness parts of the chariot thingo where the things go. What just
is
happened?
this okay? So I would speculate that giants used chimeras to pull sleds, chariots. No, that can be because they're too small.
No,
How big is
so
it?
the chimera got in by well, you told us using your knowledge in the
Yes,
last
I knew
episode
this.
that
Tell me what I know.
that the dragon head breathed fire, and there's lots of melted rubble on the way in. So we assume that this has just
Oh,
been made
melted.
into its nest.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. What the hell do giants use to put on chariots?
Well, as you
Sturgeons?
I mean, you can see that on the side of the chariot there are engravings, but it's a bit far to really make them out.
Hmm,
They're kind of covered in rubble and treasure right now.
I need a trophy first. I'll be here with the corpse. You guys go do things.
Okay, so you're going to take one of the heads or all
I
three?
don't know. I'm walking around looking at it going, it has to be something. I can't just take a goat head and say, look, I killed a goat. I killed a lion. Oh, I killed a dragon. Does the dragon head look different than a normal dragon head?
I mean, it's smaller, much smaller than a real dragon.
Hmm. Hmm.
Baby dragon.
I'm gonna look up a
Kill
picture of a
baby
chimera.
dragon. Oh.
Yeah, he won't. Yeah, no, he's not gonna appreciate that. He's like, oh, he killed a baby. Well done. Hang on.
It's still kind of impressive. If we bring, like, it's a bigger goat's head, I assume, right? It's a large monstrosity.
It's a goat.
It's a,
Can't take a
it's a
goat head.
monstrous goat's head. Like, I'm saying if we take all three,
Fine, I'll take the dragon head.
All right, so you spend some time taking the dragon head. Can you make a survival check for us, please?
Going to be pretty grisly work too.
Mm.
Grisly work.
8.
Mm.
8. Well, you make very rough work of that.
Gross.
You know,
Fair. You can still tell it's a dragon.
could be worse, but I think you can barely tell it's a dragon.
Shit. Okay, forget it. Forget it. I don't have to prove anything to this giant.
Well,
I throw the
what-
dragon. I throw the head on the ground.
well, Gimble, is in your rangering and knowledge of large monstrosities, is there anything components wise that makes up this? You know, is its fur or its teeth or Yeah.
Scales.
yeah? Is there anything that is worth money, value?
I mean, the game I would say no, but I guess I should ask Russ. Russ is there? I wouldn't think so because it's just a combination of 3 animals. It
Well-
doesn't look like there's anything weird.
You can make another survival check to see
Sure.
anything about that.
I mean, it breathes fire, right? So there has to be
13.
some kind of ignition fluid inside this.
Yeah, maybe there's a gland.
Mm.
Lightning fluid.
Right. Yes, you believe that it would have some sort of gland or some kind of mechanism by which it breathes fire. You also believe that the scales are probably heat resistant. And its teeth can probably be ground down into some kind of powder. You can probably make some sort of poultice out of some of its flesh, possibly organs. You know, things like hearts and things of creatures and their organs are sometimes worth money. You could grind down its hooves and its claws might be
Make
worth.
blue.
The paws themselves might have some magical significance. And, you know, if you were to actually, Hank, you should probably make an Arcana check.
Yeah, all right.
I'll just turn back and say, we're taking it all.
So,
Every
So,
bit of the
Gim-
chimera.
so just so I can see this in my mind's eye, right? Gimble's just been hacking away at this head, this neck and this head,
He's taken
and like he's not doing very much, and then he gives up. So all of that was for nothing. He's
And threw the
covered
head
in
on the
this,
floor.
like, dragon blood and bits of gore and stuff.
yeah,
And then he's like,
kind of
"What else can we get from this?"
No, I don't know. My response was, I don't have to prove myself to this giant. Well, I don't care what he thinks. I
Halfway
don't need this
through,
head.
trying to hack this thing off.
Just grumbling to himself, I don't have to prove anything to this giant. Okay, Arcana 5. So my my Arcana check was 18.
18. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, you think that probably Balaran might have some possible use in some parts of this chimera. Maybe
Right.
maybe even its wings or its blood, like chimera blood, might be worth something. Chimera's
All right. Well,
claws.
it's, I'm wondering if we've got some extra vials from old health potions that we've consumed in the past.
Oh, it's just empty stuff in the bag of holding. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
yeah, I don't.
Just-
alchemy vials.
Just take the teeth from the dragon head and let's go. And I throw the head at him.
Do you have any like an alchemy kit or anything like
Yeah,
that?
well, actually, there was one in the
In the bag of holding.
yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go. bottles.
Okay, so I ask for that, and that pops into my hand, I'm assuming, and I go down and I take some of this chimera blood, and I try to shave off as many of the scales that I can in 10 minutes.
All right, you can make a
Yeah.
survival check as well.
While he's doing that,
Survival
I want to
check.
wander around.
All right, so you go wandering around, Gimble. You can make an investigation check.
I got a 16 for my
Ugh.
survival check, by the way.
Wow.
Which
Okay.
is great, considering I have 0.
You
It's not
collect
a competition, Hank.
Hank
I got
collects
3.
quite a lot of blood, quite a lot of scales. Yeah. Yeah.
So I do that, and I sort of like look askance at Gimble covered in
Viscera and
manticore
gore.
ooze.
Nope,
Yeah.
not looking back. No.
Yeah, Gimble's up to his elbows in manticore blood.
And I got
Yeah.
a 3.
And you got a 3. Okay, so you're wandering around dripping
That's
blood.
a big chariot.
Yep, it is a big chariot. Yeah, okay, so your investigation, I think, it leads you to you're standing there in awe, I think. It's just not that you're doing badly or you're not looking around, but you're just awed. And it's not sinking in what you're seeing.
Ricky, come look at this.
So is this kind of over here where I'm pinging?
That's
Is
correct.
that where the chariot is? Okay.
What are we looking at? The chariot at the moment?
Yep.
But we don't know what it's actually used for.
Possibly dragons.
Dragons? Do
Or
they have dragons here?
chimeras.
They use dragons. They slave the giants enslaved the dragons to pull their stuff around, and that started the big dragon giant war.
Can I make a history check to see
Yeah,
if Gimble's telling
yeah.
the truth?
Josiah furrows his brow and thinks, "Is that true?"
According to my investigation, anyway.
He said it so confidently.
Yeah, I don't know enough about dragons to disprove it.
Give us your history checks.
17.
Okay, Josiah, you're pretty sure that's not true.
Okay.
I think Hank's been taken in though. He
What
got a 6.
Oh no, okay, so Hank's been taking it.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
I can't
that seems
believe
about
anything
right.
Alf says.
But 12.
In fact, Hank will be like, yes, that's true. I've heard that too. You know,
Been
he's
around
like,
a while. That's right, Hank.
Right, and Tricky Bob with a 12.
12.
Minus 1 on that check. Okay, well, Tricky Bob, it could go either way. You're not sure, but you're leaning towards the idea that it's probably not true.
Yeah, I don't know enough about dragons. So possibly. Does it mean there's dragons here?
No.
Hmm.
I don't think so.
You can see a huge amount of coins strewn out across the floor and in this room. There's 9 shields and 8 suits of armor hanging around, hung up on things.
Is it all
Any good?
giant? It's like giant coins and
Yeah, it is. A lot of it looks impossible to carry like easily. And you wouldn't be able to fit some of these coins into a bag of holding. The mouth of the bag of holding is the limiting factor on a lot of these things. But there are thousands of coins, like loose coins.
I'd like to touch a coin.
You most certainly can. There's also more than, something like 50 or more flasks, huge flasks piled up in the corner and around the place. You can see urns. There's 9 shields you can see laying about. Various other weapons.
Are there any short bows around? Probably not, giants.
Yeah, there's like giant bows, but you don't know whether they're short bows or long bows or something else, and you wouldn't.
Sorry, you carry on, Russell.
You wouldn't easily be able to use them.
I'm going to crack out my old lantern there. Yeah, I'm gonna shine it up, unhood it, have a wee peer around and see what's.
So the coin didn't shrink when I grabbed it or held it, right? It just stayed giant. Okay.
No, yeah, it's not like
coin.
that, unfortunately for you. Okay, looking about with the lantern, can you make a perception check? I'll give you advantage.
Perception. Okay, excellent. 14, 17.
17. All right. Well, if you notice that the chariot is indeed glowing magically. The whole chariot is somehow magical. And you're noticing that there is a cup up on the altar
Yeah, the cup.
that is also glowing magically. I mean, you're going to have to walk around the room a little bit because what's the range on this lantern? I think it's like 30 feet or something.
Yeah. Please hold.
And I assume you're going to
lantern.
walk around the room at some point.
30 feet. I'm definitely walking around the room, but yeah, 30 feet for the
Okay.
lantern. You're right.
Can you make an investigation check as well, please, as you go past
Yes.
the chariot?
Investigation. Well, that was a natural 1 for a total of 6.
Wow.
So it pulls up. You can see where the dragon gets harnessed in, Hank.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I'm like, yeah, you can see these struts are sort of dragon shaped, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. You notice that there are a couple of normal-sized magic items amongst the treasure.
Normal sized.
Yep. Great.
Yeah.
I'll go and check those out
Digging
before I head up to the cup.
through, you find a dagger. It's
yeah?
a very ornate dagger with an ivory handle. The hilt is beautifully bejeweled and so forth. It has this long, slender blade. For a dagger, it's about as big as a dagger can get without being a sword, before it becomes a short sword.
Okay, cookery.
Okay, so it's
Cookery's
a
big,
long
aren't they?
dagger.
Well, cookeries are kind of forward-facing hefty
right.
things.
Size-wise, though.
Size-wise, yeah. I mean, you can get small cookeries too. I used to have a few of them that I've actually bought in Nepal. Yes. Anyway, yeah. So, what are you doing
Right.
next? Yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna pick the dagger up. I'm not even worried about traps and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, that looks shiny. I'm gonna take that. So I
Alright.
pick that up. I sort of flip it in my hand and catch it.
Yep.
Yep. And then I'm gonna move on up to the cup.
You can tell that it's exceptionally well weighted and well crafted too.
Okay.
Do we
Right.
see Hank do this, or am I still staring at the chariot?
I'm not hiding it.
You can make if he's not hiding it, then yeah, you can see him do it.
Okay. I was like, do we not say things might be cursed?
Hmm.
Is that not
Yeah.
a thing?
I'm feeling,
You
I've
just
just
grab the
taken
first
down
thing you
a
see.
chimera. Just taking down a chimera. I'm pretty chuffed with myself. I think I'm throwing caution to the winds here.
There aren't any bodies in here, are there?
Any bodies? Yeah, there are. There are corpses piled over in the corner that look like they've been eaten.
Yeah.
Species are the corpses
Oh.
mostly.
They are a variety of animals, mostly.
Okay.
You do find. Well, do you want to investigate?
Sure.
I'll tag along.
Where's my investigation? Oh. Net 1,
No,
which is a 0.
I'm going to assume you look in that direction, and it's so gruesome that you just like, nah.
Pass out. Or vomit. I vomit.
Desire keeps dropping out. You can make a Constitution save to not vomit if you want,
Okay, sure.
or you can just vomit.
Not vomit, not vomit. Yeah.
12.
I think
And
that.
his laptop is restarting.
Yay, man, that's
Oh, work update.
Yay.
Yay.
Sunday work update.
What a bunch of assholes
Yeah.
Mm.
in Windows. There's such a bunch of pricks.
But yeah, I got a 12 on my vomit check.
On
Wait,
your
did I do con?
Yeah, that was calm.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yep, no, you saved.
Okay, there's a bit of like acid reflux.
Bit of acid reflux, a bit of retching. Yeah, that's pleasant.
Mm.
Lucky my wife's not watching this. She really objects to vomiting.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
Okay, so what do you do next?
Well, I can't.
Where are
Like-
you in the chamber right now?
I will be next to where the majority of the corpses were, I guess.
Okay, so I'm gonna move
Um,
you over here.
Next to Hank. Yep.
I'm also gonna remove that red. Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter. I'll just leave the
I
red.
still got a glowing light around me.
Ah. I can turn that off probably.
So are these the bodies?
Mm.
Uh,
Can I
yeah.
can I inspect anything on the walls if there's any like inscriptions or any I don't know, sketches,
Well,
etchings?
there's not really sketches, but this is some sort of megaron chamber.
Mm.
It's seems to be dedicated to some ice giant, frost giant, should we say, by the name of Zarak Muragon.
Mm.
Hmm.
Do I know anything about them? Or like can I do a history check?
You can make a history check, but it'll be very hard to know anything specific about these giants.
Right. So it's not like a four. It's not like a well-known.
name.
Yeah, it's just a guy that was here at some point.
It's like Tom was here to us.
Yeah, I mean, this is like if you think of the giant Asturian Empire as being a massive kingdom, this would have been the keep of some local lord,
Right.
who wouldn't be famous enough to really be well known, especially after the time and histories have been lost between now and then.
There's nothing really notable about him in the etchings.
Well, there is imagery of his family and their many deeds.
Is there an image of him on a chariot?
Well, you would know that if you rolled a better fucking investigation
Damn
check.
it.
Oh, did you roll investigations? I thought it was just me.
I got a 3 first.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
that was back at the chariot.
What was your investigation, Tricky Bob?
0.
That was for the bodies, though. You can make.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to check out the chariot, Tricky Bob?
Yeah, why not? I got
Alright.
a 13.
13. Well, you'll notice that etched onto the very side of the chariots, like massive and bolded, embossed etchings,
Mhm.
are images of Annam being drawn in a chariot by griffins across the sky through the clouds.
Right. So it's Annam's chariot? Can I do a can I see any sort of inscriptions of Annam on there?
Well, I mean, in the way that the Vikings put images of Odin and Thor on
Ah, right.
they did, it's all there. Whether or not Odin or Thor actually rode that specific chariot.
Right, so it's just general shout out to him for using chariots. It's not like
Shout out to my homeboy Annam,
I haven't figured this out.
rolling with the griffins since old times.
Basically,
Okay, all right.
although your heathen ways have been noted.
Well, mine specifically.
That's all of yours.
Oh, okay.
This,
Can I investigate the bodies?
You can investigate the bodies.
Thank you. Oh, that's all right. 15.
15. Okay. What you find among the bodies, you find parts of an owl bear, parts of an actual bear, some wolves, some other animals from around this region. And within the whole pile, you find the remains of some kind of humanoid, large humanoid, probably not a Goliath by the looks of them. What's left, you can make a nature check upon.
22.
You would say it's some kind of orc.
Oh, okay. All right. So they are getting around. Does it seem? It's like so. It's still got meat on it. It's still got
Yeah.
bits on it.
Gosh.
Yeah.
It's not just bone.
It's rotten and
Okay.
then frozen meat.
So all right. So it's relatively, possibly recent.
Within the last couple of weeks, perhaps, or months. Yeah,
Cool.
definitely not hundreds or thousands of years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josiah, do you want to come have a smell?
I'm a bit busy. I'm still over at the Chimera, so I want to. I'll get to you in a second, Gimble. I got an experiment I want to run here. So the dragon's head that's half lopped off, I want to trace it and see if it does go to some kind of a sac or a gland that has like fluid in it that would, I guess, ignite into fire.
Right.
And if it does, I want to drain that off into an alchemy jar as well.
All right. You want to make an Arcana check?
Alrighty. That's a 21.
Wow. All right. You do the thing, and the thing is done.
Is it like an oil?
Sure.
Like I imagine it's kind of like sticky and tacky. Maybe it's two fluids that need to be merged
oily
and then
tar.
sprayed out.
I
Right.
was imagining lighting fluid.
Right. So,
Regardless, what I'm planning on doing with this is dipping my arrows in it and then setting them on fire.
ooh. Damn. Okay.
So the Picard is going to become the flaming Picard.
The flaming Picard.
Yeah.
But you still need the fire source. You might as well just light your arrows on
Each-
fire. What does it actually do?
Well, because you need, like, you can't just light an arrow on fire. It's not just going to burn, because once you, like, if it's just the arrow on fire.
No, that's why you just get a rag and you wrap it around the front.
Yeah.
This is.
Have you never fired a flaming arrow before, Josiah?
I have never fired a flaming arrow, but I still think this is better, because if it's the fluid itself and the fluid takes a while to burn, if the arrow pierces, it should burn as well, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's like napalm, essentially.
What's name?
This is Josiah in character saying this.
Oh, napalm. Yeah,
This is
yeah,
what we
yeah,
rained down
yeah.
on the VC back in the back in the day.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna head over to Gimble, and what did you want me to have a look at? Oh
His
God!
bodies.
Oh.
Can I also just in case get refresh initiative, please?
Oh no.
Sure.
Oh no.
I've lost my initiative. There it is. Found the button.
13.
Ah, bollocks.
Flaccid 20.
6.
6.
Natural 20.
Oh. But who's actually higher?
Hank got a 24 total. Just,
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
A 14, which makes it a flaccid 20.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So back in the room. What else do you do?
I follow Hank around with his magic lantern.
Yeah, does he notice anything?
I'm gonna take a trip up to that cup.
Right. Well,
Is there like a dude in chainmail behind it asking me to choose it?
no, but there are lined along this wall up here. If you see,
Yeah.
you can see there are 4 statues of giants there,
All right.
melded into the wall like effigies.
Tricky Bob, do you recognize these giants? Are they the pantheon?
Do I recognize them? Can I do a check?
You can make a check. Yes.
On history?
History check. Be a history.
Oh, a natural 20, which is 19.
Well, curiously enough, you don't recognize them.
What?
Okay, so
Thanks,
not
you-
the pantheon then.
They seem to be random giants.
Hmm.
What the hell have I done?
Well, Lisa, random giants.
Are they in the? Are they full body statues, or are they like partially in the wall?
They have their backs in the wall, like they're embedded in the wall.
Right. But I can see their legs.
You can see the fronts of them, but you can't see the backs of them.
Right. Okay.
How are their arms arranged?
Their arms are at their sides.
Do they have weapons?
Yes, they do.
Do you remember not too long ago that statues came out of the walls and attacked us?
No, I don't remember that, but I remember vividly curse, something about curses, and not disgracing giants.
Oh, I'm not saying that we vandalize the statues. I'm just saying that we keep an eye on them to make sure
Well,
they
here's what Hank, what are you doing? What are we doing?
I'm taking a closer look at the cup. I want to look at if there's, I want design of the cup.
Right.
So I'm going to mount this staircase. Actually, I'm going to walk right up to these statues on this pedestal.
Right. Now I need to do a thing.
What you done, Hank?
Dun dun dun.
All right. Well, Hank, here's the plan. If we want to take the cup, is you all get back to the door, and I'll run like the wind, grab it and run like the wind, like Indiana Jones.
I'm just going to search for traps, man. Don't worry. This cup is far too ostentatious to.
What
to
if it's
think that-
already? What if you've already triggered it? Just like going up the steps.
I may have triggered the trap stairs, but then there's nothing we can do about that. The stairs trap.
How do you beat rocks?
With paper.
No, it's.
Haha.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say it was scissors. That's why I kept losing that game.
I believe in this world we call them shears.
Shears,
Shears.
stone, shears, papyrus.
Two swords joined on an axe.
Can't hear Tricky.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
Tricky missed that.
Tricky's going delay there. Anything.
As you're standing there,
It's not me, it's you.
Hank,
Oops.
Yep.
check. Hank, as you're standing there looking at these statues and the cup and what have you, you notice dust coming off the tops of
No.
the statue, and it suddenly breaks free of the wall, stepping forward and begins to move towards its weapon. Hank,
Okay.
you have initiative on 24.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's very gracious of you not to make that a surprise attack.
What?
By the way,
It takes a while. It's a statue.
It is a statue.
Yes,
It'll take a while.
I suppose so. Yeah.
These guys,
Okay,
they get advantage on initiative, but they all fucking failed horribly.
Oh, well, as they're
Okay,
creaking,
cool.
I'm gonna point and shout, "I told you so!"
All right, I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw Ledivar, and then I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Blade Ward on myself as a cantrip.
All right.
Now I assume I am engaged because he's close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to try and move away from him.
Yeah.
And where's my? I think that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Oh, yeah. No, that will be it. Yeah. So I cast Blade Ward on myself and I draw my Ledivar.
Okay. Very good. One moment. Then it is Josiah's turn.
Okay, let me just have a look and see how we're looking on the battle map. All right, so Hank's over there, and we're looking at accurate. Oh, he's a little far away. 30 feet, 25 feet. Okay, what I will do
Yep.
is I'll make my normal movement, which I think is about there. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to wield the Staff of Wind, but I'm just going to leave it at this point here. So that's the end of my turn. I'll make a movement and I've drawn my weapon.
All right.
Yeah. Ready a reaction or something. You have to declare it, don't you?
No, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not too fussed. If they come within range of me, I'll take a swing at them.
Okay.
That's my ready action.
That's your ready action. All right. Hold on a second. I'm just grabbing some tokens for the sake of fun times. easiest way would be to do this. Okay. Are we all clear?
We are all clear.
Okay.
There's quite a few of them.
Yeah. Where the fuck is my encounter gone?
Oh wow, yeah.
I thought you said there were 4 statues.
I say 4, I meant 5.
You didn't see one. There was hiding behind a pillar.
Yeah.
Okay, so Josiah, you're readying an action, is that correct?
Yep.
What's the trigger?
If they come within range, which is 5 feet,
Okay, so if they come within range, you're going to what?
attack them with the Staff of Wind.
Staff of Wind. Okay.
Yeah. But just a melee attack.
Fair call. All right, so that's what you're doing. The first one of these creatures attacks you, Hank. What's your armor class, Hank?
You're muted.
Currently, my armor class is 17.
Okay, very well. Its first attack misses. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
I will cast a spiritual weapon.
Okay, your
Next.
spiritual weapon spins up,
Um,
I believe.
and then I will at level 2, and then I will attack this one,
One moment, let me see.
the middle one.
The middle one. Okay, very good. Roll to hit.
18.
18, that I believe does hit.
Yay. And that is 10. What kind of damage? 10. Where is it? Tell me the type. Force damage. There you go.
10 force damage. Okay, cool. All right, and that is going to be on C. Okay, very good. Well, it definitely knocks a chunk off him, which he doesn't like. And in return, his buddy comes at you with his sword.
Ew.
What's your armor class, like 20 or something?
22.
22. Okay, he definitely misses you. Very good. Gimble, it's your turn.
Okay. So wait, so one of the dudes is at Tricky Bob now?
Yes.
Alright, cool. I'm going to where's the cup on the screen?
Cup is here.
Okay, alright. I'd like to run and try to grab the cup.
Okay, so you're going to run past the.
I will cast Zephyr Strike on myself so that I do not provoke opportunity attacks.
All right, so you zoom past him and get to the cup. You're going to need to make an athletics check to get up to the cup because it's actually higher than you expected because of
Okay.
perspective.
16.
16. All right, so you scramble up and your action is to take the cup.
Yep.
You've still got lots of movement, I think, with Zephyr Strike, don't you?
Well, I do if I activate the secondary effect of it, which is once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage
Right.
on one weapon attack, and regardless of that, you gain an extra 30 feet. So I will use that, not take the hit, but I'll use up to 30 feet
Okay.
and then run this way. How far is 30 feet? Yeah, right past Josiah.
Yes. So Josiah gets an opportunity attack on you.
So I'm there.
Josiah just uses the trip action.
And that'll be me.
That's you. All right, that works for me. Very well.
Right, and I'll just shout to everybody, are we running?
Wait, are we running? I thought we
And
were
I'm
fighting.
holding the cup up.
30. Okay, so this guy comes out. Oops. Towards Josiah.
Ah,
Um,
I get an opportunity attack on him then.
why do you get an opportunity attack?
Because I readied an action.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's not an opportunity attack. It is an action, though.
Yeah.
Reaction.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right. So, 18 to hit,
Hits.
and that is 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, nice. You notice that seems to do quite a lot of damage.
Yes.
Ah.
I thought it was better than stabbing them. I think to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think to yourself. All right, very good. And he attacks you back. AC, does it 19 hit?
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. You take 11 points of piercing damage. Slashing damage from his sword.
May I do a melee attack with my? May I do a parry?
You can try, but you also, if you fail, will take a DC, Constitution saving throw. So you want to try and parry him.
Yeah. So
Let's see. What is
I expand one superiority die to reduce the damage by the number I roll plus 3.
right? This is a battle master feat.
Yep.
Great thing. Right. Okay.
So I reduce it by 4.
Okay. And so 19, that will come down to
15.
Yep. And that will miss you, right?
What's that?
And that misses you.
No, he still hits me.
Still hits you. So
Yeah, so it just reduces the damage.
Oh, okay. So the 11 damage reduced by 4. Okay, but you do need to make a DC something Constitution save.
Okay, all right, hang on. So Constitution save. Let me just do the 11 damage first.
All right.
God damn it. So 11 minus 4, which is, god damn it, what is it? 7.
Does one of you guys own a bird?
Yeah, it's 10.
It's
Sorry.
lovely. No, I like it. It's so like atmospheric.
It is.
Okay.
I feel like in a
what,
forest.
what was the saving throw? Sorry.
Constitution save, please.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Oh,
No problem. Very well. The next monster comes out from the wall to here.
ooh.
Turns this way. He moves to here. He turns again. What do we got? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that's good enough. Not quite a flank, but he's trying to get there. And what's your name? Hanky Spank does a 17 hit.
Do they have to beat it or match it?
Match
Because
it.
my armor class is 17.
It's meet or beat.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So he hits, yeah, because I got my armor class is 17.
So you're taking 11 points of slashing damage, and you are making a Constitution saving throw.
Or rather, I would if I didn't use my shield as a reaction.
Okay. And that reduces.
That adds +5 to my bonus to my armor class.
How long? One turn or?
I believe just one turn. Hang on.
Yeah, it's just reactionary. It's just boop.
1 round. Yeah, 1 round.
As a reaction. Okay.
Oh, a whole round. That's all right.
Yeah, a round.
Whole round. That's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this guy is going to move to here, and he's going to turn around behind Tricky Bob and attack you, Tricky Bob.
Do I get a reaction?
You get a reaction, but he doesn't hit you anyway. He rolls a 10.
Yay.
The next one is this guy. he's going to come down. No, you know what? He's going to stay within 5 feet of Josiah because he's not going to provoke any opportunity attacks. And he's going to attack Gimble with a 18.
I don't know.
You don't know.
He doesn't know if he's got a
I
shield
just
up
don't know
or
if I
not.
have.
He's-
I don't know if I've
he's
taken
umming
my
and
shield
ahhing.
out or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I would have.
Well,
I don't have my bow out.
you can unsling your shield as a free action on this. Okay.
Yes, let's say I have my shield. So then no. I'm gonna
Okay.
swing. I'm gonna start swinging with my sword and shit.
All right, fair enough. So that's his turn gone. Hank, it's your turn.
All right. So Hank is going to disengage, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to disengage and then move. So that'll be my turn. So I'm going to
Disengage.
disengage. Yeah, and then I'm going to move my full 30 feet over. Wait, hang on. Are these 5 feet squares?
Yep.
Do you reckon I can make it to this pillar?
It's not a pillar; it's a pile of bodies.
I'll make it to the pile of bodies then, please.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'll attempt to find some
I
cover
lied.
behind a large body.
I'm sorry, you're right. It is a pillar, actually.
Oh, excellent.
Bodies are stacked around it.
All right.
So you make it over there, and then what?
And then I kind of want to get cover from this guy. Obviously, I can't get cover from these guys because I don't have the extra movement. But
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so you can bring yourself out of his line of sight. That's what you're basically saying, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Gives you full cover from him. Okay, very good. That's the rest. That's the end of your turn, Hank.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Josiah.
That's my turn.
Okay. What is the what are the weapons of the giants wielding?
They're using big swords.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to take a attack at the man in front of me who is currently engaging in Gimble. So if I know correctly, that should give me advantage on the attack.
It does as a rogue, yeah.
Yes. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. So staff of wind bludgeoning at 4 damage, plus some sneak attack.
Plus some sneak attack.
Plus some sneak attack. Where's other? 4 plus 9, so 13 points of damage.
Okay, so 13. Right, you smash one of his arms off, and he staggers for a moment. But that doesn't stop him from moving, and he's not dead. Is that the end of your turn?
I am going to. Yep, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, fair call. All right, this guy comes forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And now these guys actually have a 10-foot reach, I realize. So he's going for Tricky Bob. Your armor class Tricky Bob is like 22. He
Yep.
misses. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
I will use. Is this a bonus deck? It is. Okay, so I will. Has any of these guys taken damage yet?
The guy that I'm fighting has.
Yep.
Only this one. What's the guy that I hit? Who's number C?
Number C.
Number
Yeah.
C.
Number C.
What do you mean?
There's
it's
a
the
way to
guy.
label them.
That's the guy I hit first with my spiritual weapon.
Oh yeah. I think it's this guy.
If you put the, I think if you put those little weird circles with the colors, if you put them on them, you can type in the circles so you can label them.
Yeah.
I think.
I can't do it to them because I
I
don't.
can label
Oh.
them, actually.
Like,
I will cast Toll the Dead on that one.
Oh no, that's right. We could use colors.
You can draw on
Remember
them, I
all the
think.
little status effects and stuff we had? There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How do I do myself?
Yeah.
There. Got a gun.
Can you see the labels I'm putting on these guys?
Not yet.
No, you have to like only you can, I think. Oh, we have to click the I and we have to be able to. No, we can't.
Hmm.
We would
Oh,
need
I
little like
can't.
symbols.
I can tell
Take a
you.
quick bathroom break.
All right. Okay, so Tricky Bob, what are you doing on your turn?
All the dead on this guy?
Toll the dead. Okay. He's making a wisdom save.
Wisdom. Yep.
Okay. He fails.
Yay.
Is this the guy sorry, can you just tell me again which guy?
This one. That's the guy I hit with my spiritual weapon last turn.
All right, we'll call him C.
Yep.
All right.
So it's 2d12 on him. And that is 17 damage. Wait, psychic? No, necrotic.
Necrotic. Okay.
And then I still got my spiritual weapon turned, so I will smash him with it as well from behind. And that is a 7 to hit.
7 to hit does not hit.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. This guy attacks Tricky Bob.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
He misses you.
Just not him.
Yay.
Gimble, it's your turn.
Alrighty, I'll pull up my sword. I'll pocket the. I don't know how big's the cup.
The cup is a giant-sized cup.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you know,
I'm automatically. I don't know why the first thing I picture is the wizard's cup,
think of the America's Cup.
the Tri-Wizard cup.
Yeah.
The one from Harry Potter with the blue and. Okay.
Yeah.
The Goblet of Fire?
So it wouldn't fit in. Yeah, the Goblet of Fire. So it wouldn't fit in the bag of holding.
It might if you stretched it around the opening.
All right. Well, my initial theory was if I grabbed the cup, they'd all come charging towards the cup to protect it, but they haven't. So I'm going to put the cup down behind me, and then start swinging at this guy.
You'll notice that the cup is very heavy, having picked it up.
Oh well, I'll gladly put it down for a bit then.
You also notice that it has some sort of liquid in it.
Don't spill it.
Okay, I have a quick sip.
Okay, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, Gimble.
That's a. Did you do a
Stack-
gimbal check?
No, just doing it.
Stagnant water.
16.
Oh,
16. Okay.
Lower die.
shit.
That's just how much more powerful I'm about to get. You can now add 87 to your attacks.
Yeah, you take 7 points of cold damage.
Oh.
You
So
freeze.
Ooh.
You go blind.
Nippy.
your mouth freezes up.
Oh,
Mouth and throat's all numb now.
good.
And you're
Without the guy.
breathing fast.
The-
The fire, I'll save you. All right, I'll pull out my sword. I'll pull out my sword, start coughing, and swing at this guy.
All right. All right, go swing. Which guy? Gimble.
Guy next to me.
Yep. Okay.
You
go.
try
So-
spitting on him.
First one's 23
That certainly hits
for 4 damage.
for 4 damage.
Second one, 14 to hit.
14 to hit. Misses.
Bugger.
So,
All right, well that's me.
what was your damage on that last check?
4
Oh.
damage.
4 damage.
1 plus 3.
Okay. 4.
Finesse is stupid.
Very good. Okay, so number A. He's over here. He turns around here and he is going to try and get in between you guys to form a bit of a flanking chain. Actually, no, he's going to come here to flank. No, he needs to come here. Do anything
Oh
else.
god, I'm at the edge of my seat trying to figure out where he's going to come to.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he'll be here. Okay. Oops.
Oh shit, Trigger Bob surrounded.
No, you're surrounded.
Oh,
Oh,
Hmm?
Okay, so he comes to here and he attacks Josiah. Wait, he has advantage because he's you. All right, so does an 18 hit Josiah?
It hits Josiah.
Josiah, you need to make a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
and take 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay, well, first things first, let's do the con save. And that's a nat 1.
Oh dear. Josiah, as he hits you this time,
oh,
draws blood and you feel the frost from his weapon enter you. And there's this electric charge that discharges up and down your body and you begin to feel yourself slowing down and petrifying.
Oh, shit, again. I would also like to roll one of my superiority die to try and reduce that damage as well.
All right.
How much was the attack?
15 points
15.
of
Okay,
damage.
1d8 plus 3. So 6. So down to 9 points of damage.
All right. Very good.
And now I am freezing from the inside out.
Yes. All right. So the guy on the other side attacks. He's going to go for Gimble. Oh, Gimble. That's a natural 20.
Oh no.
oh god.
Oh, that's critical. So that's 23 points of.
Ouch, daddy. Cool. Done taking it.
Yep. And you're making a Constitution save.
Okay. Does the frost water give me any help on that? Or do I have disadvantage now? I got a 9 anyway.
You don't have disadvantage. You're okay. So you are turning to stone.
Oh, no, guys.
You are restrained till the end of your next term. What did you get on yours, Josiah? Because you were also having this.
1.
Okay, so totally happening to you as well. So you're both restrained until the end of your next turn when you get to repeat the saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah. You get 2 chances at the save.
The greater restoration that cures
Petrification.
petrification or is it lesser?
Yeah, greater.
Oh, I don't have that.
Great.
We have
No, we've got a scroll.
scroll.
No, we used up the
One
scroll on
scroll.
them.
No, we
We've
used
still
the
got
scroll on the
scroll.
chick.
We've still
Yeah.
got one.
No, we only had.
No, we've still got one.
We've still got
We
1.
used one on me and we used one on.
Don't
No,
listen,
you
Adam.
didn't need one because
Take it
you
Josiah
had
line.
your god thing. There was
Yeah,
there was
Oh, true.
3
saved one.
scrolls. Yeah, 3 scrolls,
Yeah.
and we still have 1.
Yeah,
It's
we
a,
saved
say
one.
one of us.
All right.
Mm.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
so one of you needs to
Who's the
save.
favorite?
15, 20, 25, 30.
Ah, fuck us, Maximus.
He's there. He can hit you from there, Hank.
He can.
So, Hank, what's your AC?
17.
Yeah, flattered 20.
Oh, wait a minute. Until my next turn, I'm still at 22 AC.
Okay. What did I roll? Flattered 20. Then he
Wait, no,
you had that turn.
It was
no, I had that turn already. Yeah. So he hits. He hits.
12 points of slashing damage and a con save.
Should I use that spell again, though? I still have a spell slot. I'm going to use shield again.
Okay. It missed. Excellent. Well done. It is, in fact, your turn now, Hank.
Oh man, I'm worried now. Okay. Okay. So I'm now engaged.
I thought you were getting mad.
So
That's what engagement is.
Yeah.
What
that's what
engagement?
engagement is.
Now
yeah.
engaged?
Yeah. Hang on. What does the blind thing do? What does hang on. Sorry. I'm gonna do one of two things. I just want to make sure that this condition does what I think it does. Okay, cool. I'm going to cast. Actually, no, I'm not, because I'm going to save that slot just in case. So I'm gonna lash out with Ledavar at. Who can I check to see if this guy's taken any damage from any of Tricky Bob's attacks?
That guy has taken damage. Yes,
Okay, so this guy has not, however,
that guy.
is he?
That's correct. Neither.
Okay. Neither has he. Okay, I'm going to attack with Ledavar. This guy here who hasn't taken any damage.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So that is that a 9 or a 6? Shit. It's a 9. Thank goodness. Plus 7, I think. No, plus 8. So
We're gonna
that's
die.
17 to hit.
Just hit.
17. Just hits.
Yeah.
Woohoo! All right, cool. And I do 1d8 plus 5. D8 is my d8. There it is.
This is the guy that Tricky Bob's hit, right?
No, the guy she hasn't hit.
Okay, so this guy's unhurt so far.
Yeah, so I do, what's that, plus 5? 7 damage to him.
Okay. 7 damage. Okay. And what kind of damage is that?
Damn it. Slashing damage, I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, slashing.
Okay. Very good. You chunk off a bit of his stone shell, and he's not very happy about that. Josiah, it is your turn.
Okay, fellow in front of me, I'm gonna attack him again. What are the rules now that there are multiple people in this skirmish? Just normal attack?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Rakish Audacity Audacity doesn't work anymore.
So, oh yeah, I forgot about Rakish Audacity.
I mean, you still have advantage on attacks that are
Okay.
Gimble's target.
Okay, all right, sweet. Then I'll take that advantage.
You can also move 30 feet. I mean, to get around and flank.
I'm restrained at the moment.
Yeah, we're turning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're turning stone.
So anyway, 21 to hit.
21 to hit. 21 to hit.
Should be all right based on the previous rolls.
No, I'm just checking how the restrained works on this.
All right.
Okay, 21 hits. Yep.
Okay, then I will roll my damage, which is 7 bludgeoning against this fellow here.
All right.
You should get sneak attack as well, because technically he's engaging both Gimble
Yep.
and myself. So I'll roll that. Plus another 6.
You
So
smash him. He's dead.
thank fuck.
But you do need to make another Constitution saving throw.
Yep. As a free action, am I able to drop the bag of holding from myself as well?
Odd.
Yes,
All right.
I see the wisdom in this.
And
Oh, wait.
Yeah. I'm thinking back to when we saw people who had been petrified and their possessions had been turned to stone as well.
Oh, okay, right.
Did you
I-
favor?
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll roll my con save.
All right.
Oh god. That is an 8.
Oh, you are turned to stone.
Okay.
Thanks.
Boink. All right, very good. That is the end of Josiah's turn. That enemy is dead. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
Which one has taken damage already?
At this point,
These two.
Which one? Oh, this guy and with that one.
These
Okay.
two.
this
So
guy.
I
That's right.
All
Both
the
of them.
dead
The ones that are
on-
closest to me.
I'll totally
Oh,
dead this one. The one that's close to me or facing me, I guess.
Okay.
So he has to do wisdom.
Right. Right. And this guy's taken damage already, right?
Oh, it's the guy I was beating the entire time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you're tolling the dead against him. He's making a wisdom save. Fails.
Yay. Whoops, that's a D10. That's not what I want.
You need a D12, don't you? For
Yeah.
Oh, that's
12.
a 12. Well
All
done.
right.
Okay, yeah.
And-
You're told the dead shakes the shit out of him.
Is he alive still?
He's still alive, but he's kind of like surprised at what's just happened to him.
I'll spiritual weapon him as well. So that's a 16 to hit.
Sadly, that does not get through his armor.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. He does, however, smash you in the face with the hilt of his sword. Rolling a massive 15, which will not hit. Okay. Gimble, it's your turn.
Alrighty. So Josiah's turned to stone.
Yep, you've got one round of attacks and another saving throw, or you're turning to stone too.
Right, and I am restrained now. I can't move.
I
Right
restrain.
now. Okay. I'll cast. Well, there's no point in cast. No, there is a point. At least it's a bit more damage. I use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike on myself.
Where's your
So-
Momo?
Momo's
Upstairs.
upstairs.
Around.
Yeah. So then I'm just using that to get the extra D8 damage. So I'll start swinging at this guy. 11 to hit
Does not hit.
and 22 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay, and that'll be 7 points of slashing basic bitch damage and
Basic bitch damage.
4 force damage.
So that's 15 altogether, right?
11.
11 altogether.
7 and a 4. Yeah.
7 and 4. Okay, 11. That was that guy. Let me just check who that is. It's D. D. Okay. All right, very good. Okay, the guy behind you.
Hang on, I got to do my save.
How are you going to do your save? Yeah.
Come on, Gimble.
I might use inspiration if this goes badly. Oh no, 18.
Yeah.
18. Okay, you shake
Nice.
off the effects of
That's right. And stare at this Josiah statue.
Now that you said it, I'm looking at my highlighted inspiration.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Could have saved us a scroll.
I like to still think that it was very cinematic of like taking a bag off while smashing it to pieces and then
Yeah,
dropping
that
it at my
was-
feet and turning to stone.
That's great. Okay, that's that guy behind you attacks you, Gimble. He misses with his attack. The next attack comes from over here against Tricky Bob. Tricky Bob, your AC is 22, did you say?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a 24 to hit.
Damn.
So
Not much.
yes, you're going to start turning to stone too. So you just
Oh,
you take 11 points of slashing damage and make a con save, please.
Do dwarves have some kind of stone immunity?
got 16.
16 passes.
Yay.
Well done. You are not cursed. The next guy attacks Hank. AC, what is your AC? 17? He misses.
22 at the moment.
You two at the moment.
Yes.
Okay, Hank, it's your turn.
All right. Now it is no longer 22 because now it's my next turn.
Right, so it's back to 17 now.
Back to 17 now, yeah. Although technically it's until the end of my turn. So I suppose if there's a reaction, maybe, yeah. Anyway, just a nitpick. I'm going to at this point. So can I do a quick scan? How
Huh.
does this guy look, and how does this guy look?
This guy, I think, is. Let me check. The guy closest to Tricky Bob, this guy here he's like very bloodied. Like his parts of him are smashed off.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
blood.
They don't have blood.
Cracks
But
are
the
forming in his
equivalent of
facade.
He's cracked.
Rapid erosion.
This one is very smashed as well.
Okay. Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to pull out my wand of magic missiles,
Yeah.
and hopefully they don't have like fucking magic damage immunity or some shit.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, because I'm going to use all but one charge
Okay.
on neither of those two. Actually, I'm going to attack this
That guy, the guy that's right on you.
like close.
Well, you
close
can
range.
redirect. You can
The guy that's
redirect
on
it. You
me.
can make a bunch hit whichever ones you want.
I know I can, but
All right.
this guy's right on me, and yeah, my confidence is shattered. Now that I've seen my buddy just turn to stone.
All right. Let us have a
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
roll all your damage.
Yeah, I might actually just do the D&D Beyond because I think it's going to be easier. Higher levels, one more dart for each slot above first. So it starts with 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 8 darts.
Wow. And they're all at
Oh, go away.
+3.
So all of that one guy, yeah.
Yeah, but are they all +2 damage or +3 damage or something else?
+1 damage. So it's
+1 damage. Okay.
it's 8 1d4 +1.
Okay.
That's only all right.
All right, so however many that was. Oh, well, show me all of them.
Why don't you roll all of them together and add 8?
Yeah,
So I don't know how
still
to
need
do
one
that.
more. I think. Oh, I know. That's it. 1, 2, 3,
No,
4,
this should
5,
be
6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's it. So what we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 17, 19, 21, 24.
And then +8, right?
24.
Those are all plus already.
Oh, they're all plus. Okay.
No,
Yeah, they are.
that's plus already.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 20. How much?
I lost
24 in
track now.
total.
23. Did I say 23 or 24?
24.
24. 24.
All right.
24.
The magic missiles blast out of your wand, striking him, and each one shatters huge pieces of stone off him, and he starts to crumble. He's down on his knees now. His legs have collapsed down under him. One of his arms is off, and he's forward at you. He's not dead, but he's low on hit points.
Okay.
Turn, Hank. That's the end of your turn?
Yes, I believe so.
All right.
That is the end of my.
Josiah, you are restrained. You are stone. You have nothing. Sorry, my friend. Next enemy is dead. Tricky Bob, what are you going to do?
So which guy just died?
He's
No
not
one.
dead. He just got smashed up.
No one yet.
Oh, okay, right.
He just got very smashed.
Well, I told the other guy next to me again, the same one here. this
All
one.
right. Great. So it's a wisdom save for him.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What's the DC?
13.
He fails.
Yay. It's a 5 damage.
Big old 5 damage. Okay. He's not dead.
Ooh, okay, I'll also
He's
hit him with my spiritual weapon, which is a 20 to hit,
nice. That hits.
and it's 9 damage.
You smash him in half. Fire
Yay.
collapses to the ground in pieces and chunks, roaring as he goes down. Collapsing down into little shards of stone. Very good. He be dead. So now it's Gimble's turn, unless you got any other actions. Nope. Okay. Gimble.
Alrighty. How high is that chariot?
15 feet.
Climbable?
It's climbable.
Oh, lovely. All right. I'd like to. I've seen Josiah's dramatic gesture. I'll swing down and grab the bag, and then I want to dash with my Zephy strike wind power to avoid being opportunity attacked,
Yeah.
and try to climb up on top of this chariot.
Okay. Can you make an athletics check, please?
Now, fuck you. That's all. Oh, I'll use my inspiration.
Inspiration. All right.
I'm not dealing with a 1. I'll deal with a 9 instead. God damn it.
Oh man.
9.
Okay. You're finding it difficult to get purchase on the chariot, but you are now over here. It's slippery and it's covered in frost, so your fingers keep slipping on the metal. So it's difficult to get up on it. Perhaps in the next round you might have more success. Do you want to? That's basically your action and your movement and your action
And my bonus action. Well, you know, not bonus action, but yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I picked up the bag. Yeah, free action.
Picking up the bag is a free action.
There's nothing else I want to do. No bonus actions I could do. Momo's not here. Momo is my bonus action.
Momo is your bonus action. All right. Very good. Hank, an attack comes towards you. It is a 17 that hits. Yeah.
I'm gonna nope. I'm gonna use my final level 1 spell slot to cast shield again.
All right. It shields you. Very good. You do not get hit. Tricky Bob, an attack.
But now I am almost spent.
It misses you, Tricky Bob.
Yay.
This guy is gonna move to here, I think, to try and flank you. That gives him advantage to hit Tricky Bob.
One of those guys is dead, eh?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, I think.
18, does that hit Tricky Bob?
Nope.
No. Wow. Okay, Hank, it's your turn.
All right. Range 20 feet. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh yeah. How does do you reckon? Oh yeah, they're within 20 feet of each other. And there they go, 15 feet. Oh yeah, okay. So, how's this fella looking?
That guy, he's actually not
Like untouched.
He's untouched.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I'm gonna cast.
He's not entirely untouched. He's taken a little bit of damage.
All right. Okay. So I want to cast sleep actually on this general area here.
Penguin? There. Okay, and what range would that catch? All 3 of them?
20 feet. It's got a 20-foot range. 20-foot area.
5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. I would suggest it would get from him, from here to here.
Let me get back to roll 20. From where to where? Sorry, can you ping that again?
I think you could get the triad that are around Tricky Bob, but the guy that's up on your left, he's probably outside of that range.
Well,
okay, sweet as.
So, but that fella there, ain't he dead? Didn't Tricky Bob smash him?
Can Hank do an Arcana or Insight check?
That is true. He is dead. You're quite right. Thank you for pointing that out.
So it would be. So I could get these two down the bottom here.
For sure. Yeah.
If Hank's a wizard, can he do a check to see if he thinks that you can magically put
statues to sleep?
Or if they're immune?
sorry, Gimble. We're not playing that way. No, I already made the call. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna do it.
All right.
It was silly of me, but I made the call, Gimble. Sorry.
No.
So
just,
I'm going to
yeah,
attempt
it's all good.
to put these two stone creatures to sleep. So I cast the spell.
Okay. So
Oh,
roll.
wait a minute. Wait
Yeah.
a minute. I can't.
You don't have a
No,
spell.
I can't. I'm out of spell slots.
Yeah, I thought you said you used your last spell slot before.
I've heard you try to use 2 spells since you said you were using your last spell. I let the
That's
first
not
one-
true.
Oh no, the magic missile was the wand.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the magic missile was the one. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can't.
Okay, so I sort of I bring my hand up and then I'm like, oh, can't do it.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
So instead of that, I'm going to draw Ledivar and attack this jerk over here.
All right, roll to hit, please.
All right, I will roll to hit. So that is, oh my fucking god, 10.
That does not hit. Is there any
It
particular
does
reason
not hit.
you and Tricky Bob aren't flanking him?
Well, this guy was in the way. I
They're
think.
not
Yeah.
that tactically.
He did.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But
okay.
also, I'll get an opportunity attack if I move. So
That's true. Yeah. Okay. So there are reasons. Very good.
yeah,
Okay, Josiah,
is
It's
asleep.
Don't.
I am a statue.
your
Action.
statue. That guy's dead. Tricky Bob, what are you doing?
I will tolerate this guy.
Okay. So he's making a wisdom save.
Yep.
And he passes it.
Ooh, okay, then I'll also spiritual weapon him, which is a 15 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay,
Wah.
that's me.
That's you. Okay. Gimble, your turn. Are you still trying to go climb up on the thing?
Yes.
Okay, athletics check, please.
Da, 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 da.
15.
15.
15. Okay, you scramble up onto the chariot.
All right. Is that my action?
Well, that's your movement.
Yes. Okay, cool. I'll throw my shield and sword down, pull up my old bow, and start shooting that one.
Which one?
This. Hang on, I can't ping. There we go. That guy.
Okay, roll to hit.
Pew, pew. 17. 13, sorry.
13 sadly does not hit.
26.
26 most certainly hits.
8 damage.
8 damage. 8 damage. You destroy him, and he smashes into rubble, falling away as he staggers forward like the Terminator 2 and frozen with liquid nitrogen, and he's trying to walk and his feet are just falling apart. Okay. So he dead.
Cool, that's me.
That's you. Excellent. Okay, so this guy is attacking Hank.
And I have no defense this time around.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that gets me.
Okay. 15 points of slashing damage.
And a con save, right?
Save.
Right, let me just take this 15 off. Oof, that was painful. And my con save. Is 17.
17, nice. Okay, so you pass. Great.
Phew.
Okay, this guy is attacking Tricky Bob.
Mhm.
16's not going to cut it.
Nope.
Okay,
Yes.
Hank, it's your turn.
All right. Hank is going to then just attack with Ledivar. He's going to attack this jerk.
All right.
Oh, that's a natural 20, my friends.
Natural 20, nice. So let's
A
have a
natural 20 for a total of 28.
critical damage.
Critical damage. Unfortunately, I don't get sneak attack, but anyway. D8. So that's 2d8 plus 5, I believe. Yeah, 2d8 plus 5. Oh, a whopping 2
Yeah.
and a 7. So 9 plus 5 is you don't double the modifiers, eh?
No.
5, cool. Is 14 damage.
You destroy him.
Hooray!
All right, so that guy's down.
Right, cool.
Oof. And let's.
Phew.
Ooh, the action economy is turning.
I was just,
Yeah.
just thinking about that myself, watching it in progress,
The market is in shambles, right?
watching it happen. Josiah, it's your turn.
And I stand there,
It's his
still as the grave.
turn, right? He's dead. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
I will totally do this guy then.
Okay, he's making a better pave. An 8. That's a 7 actually, because it's -1.
He fails.
Fails.
So I do 15 damage.
15 damage. Okay, wow, great.
He's still alive?
He is still alive.
Okay, then I also spiritual weapon him with a no, miss. That's my turn.
Okay, that's your turn. Gimble.
Oh, pop shot. Take a couple shots. Pew.
And you're shooting this guy because he's the only one that's left.
12 will miss. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
10 damage.
10 damage. I have recorded it. That guy, in turn, swings at Tricky Bob. Tricky Blob.
No.
He misses with an 8.
Yay.
Hank, it's your turn.
All right, Hank is going to. Where are we? Here we go. Hank's going to join the fray with Tricky Bob, but he's going to come around the backside.
So he has to move around the pillar. Remember that as a pillar, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be able to make that though.
Yeah, I would say so.
But, yeah, okay, so I'm going to attempt to flank this jerk, and stab him with my Ledivar.
All right. Roll to hit with
Yeah.
advantage.
Excellent. So that's a 12 for the first roll and 13. So that is 21 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Excellent. And that's a sneak attack too. So I add a D2d6. So 3, 5, 8, 9, and 5 is 14 damage.
14 damage.
Yeah.
You kill him. How do you kill him?
All right. So I'm like, I'd like to think that he's got his sort of his back and his side to me. So I just want to like ram my sword through his torso
Very
and
well.
have all the stones like crumble around it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You stick your sword through his torso and cracks,
So that happens.
kind of sending out cracks in all directions, and then pieces just start collapsing and falling off, starting from the outside inwards.
Yeah.
So he crumbles to nothing, just rubble left.
All right.
Everything goes
Excellent.
dust, slowly settles. Now Josiah is still stoned presently.
Okay.
Yes. Should we get the scroll?
Is it in the bag? I
let's
just
just-
shout
well,
from
let's-
the chariot.
Let's have a look at him first. Let's
Yeah.
go and check him out.
I'm just going to be sitting on the side of
Yeah.
this chariot.
Give him a little
Watching.
tickle.
Yeah, give him a tap on the face. You know,
Maybe he'll recover on his own.
up his nose, maybe.
Draw a moustache on him.
Yeah.
If we left him like this, would it mean he doesn't age? Like time travel, we could leave him stone for 100 years, and then I could still have a buddy after you two die. Oh no, Tricky,
wait,
you'll probably still be
yeah.
alive.
I think my
Hank.
lifespan would, yeah.
That way we space out
Yeah,
our
so
human
just after
friends.
I die then.
Oh, but he's half elf, isn't
Oh,
he?
he'll be-
Oh no,
What's the
be
lifespan of
devastated,
half
though.
elves?
half,
Half.
Oh, really?
pretty
It's
much.
literally average
Okay.
of the two.
So instead of living for 700 years, they live for like 400.
I'm gonna open up the bag of holding and say scroll of.
This
Scroll
a
of
greater
Greater
restoration.
restoration.
Is that what it is? Scroll of greater restoration. I say. All right, cool. I'll just drop it down.
All right.
Okay, well, I can use the scroll on him.
All right. So, Tricky Bob, you unravel the scroll from within its case and then read the sacred words out loud, and the scroll begins to burn up into ash. And disappearing, you see this kind of particle of, like a cloud of celestial radiant particles scintillating across the room towards Josiah and wrapping around him. And then there's this puff of light, and Josiah, all the stone comes crumbling off you in a blast, and you are well.
I was midway through an attack stroke, so if anyone's surrounding me, I go, ah!
I think we're all
He's not
outside of
tricky.
the range. But,
Everybody makes a dexterity saving throw.
yeah.
I'm going to wander around and look through this chariot.
I'm going to go grab that cup.
So Josiah,
Josiah's
Uh,
fine.
Yeah.
he's fine.
Good buddy.
Did I turn to stone again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ain't my first rodeo.
right? Okay, so you go and grab the cup. It's very big, and it's half the size of you.
Okay, so I'm dragging it then, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you can carry it on your shoulder, perhaps, but
But then I might spill everything inside it, right?
that's true.
Hank, have a sip.
You have to get it
delicious.
down off the pedestal first, which is like 10 feet tall. Which is why
I thought that Gimble already did that.
Gimble did do that. Yeah, that's true.
It's over. It was over here. It's. I put it. I would have left it about there
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh, so you carried it quite a distance then.
before I went. This is stupid, and put it down.
all right.
Right.
Cup
I'm
sitting.
gonna move over there.
What's left of this area where the actual statues came out of?
The wall itself is just kind of defaced and broken, and there's cavities where the figures were standing in the walls.
Cast my eye around and see if there's any similar looking things.
You don't see anything particularly interesting there.
All right, good, good. What do we want to do now, guys?
How does this chariot work? Does it have like a? Is it like a
No,
rich
it-
person's like
Now that you're
horse-drawn carriage?
Now that you're standing on the chariot, you might notice a little bit more of the symbols. You can make another investigation check with advantage because you're standing on it, and because you've already failed it like 3 times. And if you and really, there's no
Well, watch me fail it with advantage.
wow.
No, okay, 19.
19. Okay, finally you go. Oh, okay, griffins.
Right.
Griffins, Annam.
Griffins aren't this big. Say.
Yeah, but giants can shrink.
But
Well,
the griffins.
No, a giant.
are big. They're not giant big. They're not like horse big. But what you can do is you can stick like 6 griffins on this thing.
Ah, right. Okay.
It's a lot of
So
griffins.
it's like Santa and the reindeer
Yeah.
is what I'm picturing now.
Yeah.
On Squawker, on Beaky. And nothing in like there's no like compartments or anything on this chariot.
Would you like to make a perception check? Oh,
Yes.
you made an investigation check with 19. I'm going to say that you do see that there is a compartment.
I open the compartment.
Okay, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
7.
Okay. You take 10 points of psychic damage and fall back 10 feet.
Oof.
Damn.
Okay.
Did you manage to open it before you
I don't know. I'm gonna shake it off. Cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
For 15,
15. All right.
and I'm gonna go do it again.
Well, hang on. Do you want me to inspect it?
It's too late.
Okay.
Doing it again.
Okay, you're doing it again.
Maybe it's discharged.
All
Maybe
right.
it was a single use.
Okay. So indeed is a single use, and it is lucky for you.
Haha.
And when you open it, you look inside and you see there is a few bits of tack and harness sort of sitting in there. Can you make a perception check?
Sure. Boop. 18.
18. You feel that the dimensions of the interior of this compartment seem bigger than they are on the outside.
I'm not sticking my head in it again. I did that before. It doesn't work. Okay. I'm gonna start. Well, I've still got the bag of holding.
Inside this compartment, you see giant-sized javelins and other weapons.
Well, I've got the bag of holding and my weird ass quiver of holding everything. Yes. So I'm gonna grab the tackle and the reins and everything for the griffin. I'm gonna say, Griffin, gear, and then just chuck it in the bag.
All right.
And then how much?
So you have to. This is okay. So you're going to unhitch the stuff from the front of the.
Well, no, the stuff that's inside the little compartment.
Right. Okay.
Whatever's in this compartment, I'm pretty much ransacking.
Okay. But not the giant javelins and the giant weapons.
No, I'll get to that. How many javelins are there?
16.
16 of them. Well, but they're giant javelins, so they're huge.
Yeah.
Do they shrink?
No.
Okay, well, I'm not taking those. What else was there?
Giant-sized weapons, swords, and 3 shields.
No, I can't do anything with those. Well, good. I'm done.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah, I'll climb back down now.
Climb back down. Okay. What do you guys do now?
Well, if we feel we've suitably looted the sacred ground, should we look to maybe tunnel back up to where Grimgar's throne room is?
I'd like to test something with the magic cup, please.
Okay.
Where's the magic cup? Hank has magic cup?
Yeah.
All right. I would like to tip out half the contents of the
I've got the
magic cup.
You're gonna tip them out. Okay.
Half the contents, like see how much there. I want to tip out half.
Okay. As you pour it out, this kind of frosty liquid comes sizzling down onto the floor, immediately turning to ice. Yeah.
That's why I burnt. Okay. And does the liquid? I'm going to stare at the cup for a while. Does the liquid refill or anything?
No.
No. Okay. I vote we give the cup to what's his face, Grimgar,
Grimgar?
as a gift.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, maybe
liquid
we could
tastes
swap it
terrible
for
and
something.
hurts.
Can I cast the lantern over the cup and have a closer look at it?
You can.
Just want to.
The cup
Yeah.
glows
I
with a magical aura, and
Yeah.
there's a kind of it has a kind of aurora about it that moves and flickers.
I have another plan.
Oh,
Water skin. I pour my water skin into the cup.
Very well.
All right. And then I do the same thing again. I tip it out.
The same thing happens. It produces the same type of liquid.
Okay. See, this is for frost giants to drink. They love it. All you need is water. He is gonna be
Could be.
happy. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love us. That'll teach him. Yeah, he'll respect us now.
all right. Well, let's get upstairs, but we need to. So,
Oh, here's the bag back. I throw the bag to Josiah.
All right.
that was some clever thinking, wasn't it? Yeah. I have not heard any congratulations on how smart that was.
I mean, you turned yourself to stone.
I didn't.
Hang on a
I
second. Can I have
didn't
the- can I have
willingly.
Can I have the bag back for a second?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. All right, I want to walk over to the other side of the room with the bag and whisper in it, Skagenblood. Yep.
Do we hear that?
Put that all the way over here
No,
behind
no.
this pillar.
There's no Skagen blood in the bag.
Wasn't there?
No.
Oh, we threw it over the
So
board.
no, the only thing that you'd notice was that that no Skagen blood comes out
Shit.
because
Well, I come back and throw it back in.
because I did a sleight of hand to make you think I put it in there, but I've actually got it on myself.
All right, fine. I throw it back to you.
Yeah. But now Gimble knows that there's no skeleton.
Now I know that it's not in there. But then I'll go through the whole thing in my head. But if he knows that I know, then he'd put it back in the bag.
Mm,
Or yeah. Anyway, that's me.
All right. Can you guys make perception checks, please?
Yeah.
Yes. Nine from me.
16.
9.
9.
Oh wow, really?
Wow,
All of
3
you.
nines.
Three
That's
numbers.
16.
And 16. Tricky Bob, you notice that there is a hooded figure standing in the hallway with over here.
Over here.
Over here.
Really gotta go to
over
Luke.
there,
Be right
okay.
back. Sorry.
All right, if he's
Why don't
taking
we
a
take
quick
5
break,
because I'm gonna have coffee.
All right.
I was going to think of taking 5. This is a perfect time.
Yep. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hooded figure.
Good cliffhanger.
Hooded finger.
Hooded finger.
The figure seems to be humanoid sized.
Baby, we're taking 5 minutes. Do you want something from down here? Did you see? I forwarded you the email. They replied. A minute of spot.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Have any of you seen this one D&D thing yet?
Which one?
I've seen everyone.
I haven't seen anyone actually
and-
use it.
I've seen heaps of people up in arms about it,
About what?
What, they like it or they don't like it?
but no, they don't like it.
Why not?
I think it was the rule around, regardless of what you're doing, natural 20 is a critical success and natural 1 is a critical failure.
Is that not
Sure.
true though? And I mean, like, it's not like
Because
all I
I
thought
mean,
of it
like
is
you
like
could,
D-
like I think it goes to the DM's discretion of what the actual DC for a check is, right?
right. Okay. All right.
But
So we're talking.
It's essentially saying like no matter what the language they use was it's a natural success and it's a natural fail. So it kind of removes, I guess, the DM's ability to say like, no, this is not a lock you can pick.
I
Or
don't have to like abide
Oh,
to
but
that
I
though.
didn't think. I thought it was only for. I thought it was only for combat. I mean, like, you
no,
don't
it's
have
skill
to use
check,
it
I'm
for
pretty
that.
sure.
I mean, like, no, but like, you don't even. All I would use this thing for is for like what we use D&D Beyond for. Like, just the little. No. So what the hell is this thing called? What's the Roll20?
Roll 20, right?
Yeah, I just use it for combat. I'm not going to use it for like.
Well, no, because D&D
Like the
1 is
role-playing.
essentially, yeah, well, D&D 1 is what's going to be 6, right?
Hmm.
6th edition.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I
'Cause
think
I
that's
don't-
where.
But like, okay, so they say like natural success and natural fail. What does that mean? It's just like you get nothing out of it at all. But I mean, you'd still get nothing out of it at all if it was like a 3.
Yeah, that is
Or are
true.
they saying like if there's like when you're versing gods and
Or
shit,
like,
and the
let's
DC
say,
is like 30,
yeah,
if you roll
yeah.
a 20, even
You
with your
still win.
modifiers, you can't
Yeah.
make it.
Well, I mean, so they're saying that regardless of, so your 19 with modifiers wouldn't make it, but your 20 will make it just because it's a 20.
Yeah,
And if it's a 1, then it's like, oh, your
that's how I play though.
your
I
fucking
always-
your lockpick breaks and
Yeah.
your pants fall down and everyone sees your little baby dick.
Yeah, that's how I play anyway. I like. we had the-
I don't know.
Because I mean-
I find it kind of like, okay, yeah, a 20 is good in the skill check, but it still, you need to have that level of like, oh no, like it's
Skill.
not. Yeah, like you can't be like, okay, completely out of character. You've never done this before.
Yeah,
But
if
then
Tricky
again-
Bob
Mm.
rolled a 20 on lock picking.
But then that
But
kind
you
of
can't
is funny
actually
of
do it.
like, oh, she tried it and she just jammed it in there and it worked. That's
Yeah.
No,
kinda-
but even then, like you need to be proficient with lock picking tools
luck
to
was
even
never
be
on.
able to lock pick. So you can't actually do it unless you have some skill. And at that point, then you could still somehow actually just get lucky.
Mm.
Yeah, well, like I jam it
No.
in so hard that it breaks.
I thought to
But then
use
it-
lockpicking, all that does is add your proficiency bonus to the.
Oh, well, we're just talking about the current, what I think is the rule of D&D 1, where they're saying like a 20 is a success regardless of anything.
I
Alright.
thought it was just a board game. I thought it was just a board where you can put your pieces on it.
Are
No,
you thinking of Heroes Quest?
no, they've updated some of the.
It's called One D&D, Hank.
Yeah.
1D&D.
Yeah, it's a new thing that they're doing. But the trailer's really boring because it's just a bunch of. Ugh. It doesn't
Hmm.
actually show anything. It just shows about people like, oh, what we want it to be, and it's really wanky.
Hello.
But I like the concept. If it's just a board that we can use pieces on. Hello.
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 So, you've noticed a figure standing in the hallway.
Oh yeah,
Oh, Tricky did. We're all just
I did.
fucking about with a cup.
I I elbow the nearest person to me, which is Josiah, and I point a direction of the where the figure is.
Mm-hmm.
Hank,
Beside
have you drunk
looking
this yet?
like like a hooded figure, what size are they? Like
They seem to be human-sized.
I guess I'm gonna call out. We see you there, whoever you are.
Image the figure steps into the chamber to about here, in their hood. You can make an investigation check if you wish.
Sure thing.
I guess we're
Can I-
turning
can
around at
I
this
now-
point if Josiah's shouting
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a 23.
We all
for
make-
me.
I hate investigating. I'm not gonna do it.
13.
I'm just gonna draw my bow.
All right.
12 from Hank.
Very good. 12 from Hank. Okay, well, Josiah, the thing that you notice, in fact, I'm going to type this to you, Josiah.
Okay.
Bow's drawn, pointing at him. It.
Oh, you noticed quite a bit.
Mm. Okay. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark, and I'm gonna like raise one eyebrow and go, Unglamor?
She casts back her hood
Oh.
and she takes several more steps into the light.
Oh, I could shoot you. All right. Put my bow down. Lower my bow.
She says out loud in her giant voice, I see you have found the tomb of Zarak Muragon.
Who's that?
So quick. Hang on. Tomb of
Zarak Muragon.
Zarek. Well, God. All right, cool.
Less found and more stumbled upon, but it's been a long time, Unglamor.
Why are you here?
Gimble, don't be so impolite, you know?
I am
This
very.
means that she's honoring her agreement.
We didn't ask for a favor.
What do we
The
ask for?
agreement.
Wait.
We had an idea.
Doesn't mean
ran
that she
away.
can't. Doesn't mean she can't show up. Let's just let her say her piece.
Fine.
I have come for two reasons. The first is that I have a request of you.
Hmm.
The second is to offer you a boon in return.
We're listening.
I can transport you to any part of the world, if you wish. In return for this, I need your lamp of the Stormazin.
No.
Well,
Mm,
Yeah, I mean we're midway through something at the moment. We're kind of.
Yeah, we
we
don't
need
have
a
to
huddle.
go.
Huddle. We
All
huddle.
right,
Oh,
all right.
excuse us.
Yeah,
No.
well, just give us 1 second to discuss this, Unglamor.
I understand.
Await your dispensation.
I know we like where we kind of like Unglamore and everything,
Do we?
but well, less now. But there's a difference between how much my level of trust for her. Yeah, sure, you're free, but then you bug it off, and now you want our magic lantern. Let's say no.
Yeah, hang on. She already owes us some boons.
She
doesn't
owes us. Yeah, but we haven't used that favor yet.
Well, okay. Well, let's say we don't use us to be transported, but what if we use her to transport something else?
What do we need?
Mhm. No, but then we're still
You wanna
losing the
get rid of
land.
that
Let's
squid?
talk. No, what do we
What?
value more? Transporting somewhere or lantern of magic?
My opinion. I don't get anything out of the lamp. All we've used it to do is like impress some Goliath. I don't know how Hank feels, but we came with the idea that we were going to use her to get rid of the squid, right?
We used to.
But what if we don't need to waste one of the favors that she owes us, and we can use her to transport the squid to middle of the ocean or something?
There's a difference between her transporting us. We had that idea and she disappeared. So there's a difference between us transporting her transporting one of us is tiny and a monstrously sized squid.
I mean, we can
You
always
can ask her the question.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I think we should ask. And I think that's a great idea.
Can
But
we
how
tell
do
her
we
to
feel
transport
about
it to
the
the
lamp?
sun?
You know, the lamp is cool, and I like shiny things and everything. But to be honest, I think I can pretty much do most of what the lamp does by myself. I mean, not all of it, obviously.
I like the
it's
lamp.
pretty
It's
great,
useful.
you know. But
And a god gave it. Well, you know, remember who gave it to us? If we give it to Unglamor,
it's a godly artifact, sure.
yeah, but
sure.
isn't it wrong for us to then give it to the guy? The person who gave us this said, "Why have you freed Unglamor?" And you want to give
I think
Unglamor?
they kind of condoned it though with
Yeah,
but
that argument.
but no, they if it was them, would they give their lantern to Unglamor?
Well, they gave it to us with no pretense that we needed to hold on to it. It's our property now, Gimble.
No,
So
they
it's-
lent it to
it's-
us,
I-
didn't they?
No.
Did they? I
I
thought
think
they
I think the
did.
giants kind
It
of
was-
lend all of their things though, right?
Yeah,
It's
well,
kind
I
of their
mean,
thing.
ultimately, anyone who can outlive us essentially is lending our things.
I vote no. No.
Yeah.
All right,
I
I
vote
don't,
yes.
I don't want to be transported away, but I want to see if we can get rid of the squid because then that leaves us with
Yeah.
more favors from the gods.
Well, I don't have to do
More
anything
favors we
anymore
can
then.
use for anything.
If we get rid of the
We can
squid,
stop
that's
this
I don't
silly
know what we're
quest and go
doing.
back to
Who am I
we
without
can
the
go back
squid?
to Crow's Rest.
Yeah, well, we could wrap this whole thing up, uniting 4 out of 13 of the
No,
tribes.
screw the uniting. We're done. We don't have to.
Well, I mean, you know, we can
We don't
still.
want to create an army against humans.
Oh, it wasn't about that. It was
Elves?
just about destroying the
About
whole
shaking off the yoke of
the Barrack Island. Wait, Barrack Isle? Yeah, Barrack Isle.
Yeah, the
Barrack
Barrack
Isle.
Isle.
Solving the drug problem.
Yes.
Can we
which
tell her to
promised that we would
transport
do.
the leader of the Barakal envoy into front of us now? And we just murder him.
Transport
That would
him
be
into the
interesting
sun.
though. What if we did that?
Oh, it's a vacuum. They're just someone will
All
just
right,
fill a
hang
seat.
on. All right, let's break this huddle. We need some more information.
Right.
All right.
You do the
Unglamor,
talking.
we need to talk.
She steps forward a few more paces.
We are open to negotiation here, but we need to understand what the limits of this favor are.
You have previously asked me for boons, and I regrettably am unable to deliver some of them.
Say booze.
I cannot.
Oh, right.
I cannot draw the attention of the Stormazin. I am presently a fugitive from them.
They seemed kind of cool with the fact that you got released when we talked to them,
Hmm.
but well, first, what do you plan on using the lantern?
What have you been doing since then? Have you just recently become a fugitive
This is not
again?
information that I can share with you.
There's a good chance she's a fugitive now because she's just gone and done something.
I
Yeah.
can transport something of reasonable value and size for you. Or I
reasonable
can
size for you.
transport you yourselves. I will not transport another.
And I guess the thing that is at the top of my mind is if we refuse, are you just going to take this anyway?
We can take her. She can't grow that big in here.
If you refuse, then I shall leave you untouched. I will have to find another way.
What do you plan on using the lantern for?
You're
Redemption.
going to tell us.
Redemption. Okay.
Redemption.
Well,
But-
see, I always
No, that
thought
doesn't mean
you-
that doesn't mean good redemption, Josiah. Redemption can mean, oh, I shouldn't have wronged my father. I better free him.
Oh yeah.
Could be true. Yeah, I have to give that point to Gimble.
I
Well,
will
you're-
not free Memnor. Memnor, besides, is not a captive.
He's dead.
I have not seen him, nor do I intend to.
Can we accompany you and then use the lantern for you in whatever your
Hey,
scheme
giant
is?
adventures.
You cannot come with me where I go.
No.
Ah, why not? That's a bit racist.
Will you return the lantern?
I could potentially return the lantern if it survives.
Survives.
Well, you can understand that we're a little apprehensive here. Like,
I don't think we need to go anywhere. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, well,
You-
how about this Unglamor? What if we
Far
can?
to the south, do you not?
Yeah, but it's just a book.
She begins walking over around the room, sort of circling you. I probably should just grab a token to show you what I'm talking about. In fact, you know what? I'll just use Hogsmore. Okay, so she started off there, and
But beautiful, big blue, big yellow eyes you have.
during
Unglamor.
this conversation, she's come as far as there.
All right.
Are you in exactly where you want to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bows in my hand, but not drawn.
She's walking around this direction.
I don't like we. If
Could
we
we,
tell,
could we,
would you teleport us there and back again? What would be the go? Because otherwise we would be abandoning everything we're here for.
wait. What if we got her to teleport all the Barakyle wizards away from the squid to?
No,
like,
we've already
back to the
established that.
inboard
She,
or
no,
something?
she just said she transport something of value or us, and that's it.
Is squid something of
Oh.
value?
Nah, it's
Yes.
too big.
Didn't she say something of reasonable size?
Yeah, she doesn't want to draw the attention of the Stormazin to whatever she's going to do. So
She's not going to help us with the squid.
What's a pretty bad deal then?
Yeah.
She keeps walking till she gets to the chariot, and she puts her hand on the side of it.
What
Look,
else
we-
have you got?
the issue here,
I
Unglamor,
could
is that
transport this to your haven.
now you're talking.
What are we gonna do with that?
We're gonna hitch it up
Gimble.
to some griffins.
I have to train
Yeah,
a lot of
6 griffin
griffins. I have to
chariot.
train a lot of
Yeah.
griffins.
Well, just get one and make it have babies somehow.
With itself?
Are you not a moonbrook? Al?
Yes.
Then it is your heritage and your destiny.
Well, if we were to do this, we want two things. You need to go fetch. You need to go pay for a book for me from the Daughters of Twilight, and bring it here
So,
and deliver the chariot. Then I think it's worth it.
I can perform a boon of similar effect.
Well, yeah, guys, if you what do you think?
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
cool
look,
with that actually.
Yeah, I think this is actually.
I really like the lantern, but fine.
Would you
I'm
like?
up next.
guys,
Would you
you
like
guys
a
don't
You
seem
chariot?
got
to
a
be
thing
sold
for
on
a thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, Unglamor, but once again, we're trusting you with your vague missions, and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I gotta say, Unglamor, we do need to work on this working relationship of ours. It seems
Yeah.
a little
Maybe you could come around for dinner
We
sometime.
expect
We
you
can
to
get
check-
a little better.
Bow in my presence. Silence.
Jeez.
Peace. All we're saying is that you can be a little withholding sometimes.
Are you not alive?
I know.
Wasn't
got-
5
I've-
minutes ago.
Have I destroyed your world?
You could
Sure.
eventually.
I could now, but I have not.
I mean, that's not
Slightly.
really.
No, all right, no, I'm
Yeah,
slightly.
I mean, that's
I'd be
argument
humbled.
too.
I'd be humbled at that godly shout.
Yeah, I think so as well.
All right. If everyone's in agreement,
We'll take the
then
chariot.
we'll agree to yes, the transport of that book, the transport of this chariot. And maybe if you could, would you be willing to go have a brief chat with? Oh, fuck, I forgot his name. The guy
Grimgar?
upstairs. I
Grimgar.
think that'd make us
Oh, yeah.
day.
Grimgar.
Grimgar. Grimgar.
Grimgar.
Grimgar.
Yeah, we're kind
And
of being
restore
held
his sight.
we're kind of being held hostage at the moment of the
Did he not like Unglamor though?
Oh right, okay. No, that's it. All right, I'm done talking then. That's my offer.
Hank.
Hmm.
Hand over the lantern.
All right.
I'm going
Yep,
to do
I'm
an
gonna do
awkward
that.
bow now too.
Very well. Okay, so you do an awkward bow. Hank,
Awkward, nervous bow.
the lantern.
I'm going to take the lantern to her, but I'm also going to unshield it and look at her.
Very well. When you do, she squints a little in its light. And you can see that she's carrying a vast array of magical items. Everything from her cloak to her boots to her belt is magical.
She's bedazzling.
She is bedazzling. Her aura is majestic.
Right.
Oh, and can we have a way to, if we ever look to truly call on this favor, request your presence,
Mm.
Very
some form of summoning?
I cannot allow you to simply summon me, but I will give you a means of communication.
Oh, cool.
I shall watch over you.
Oh,
Thank
we
you.
thought you already
Yeah, man.
were.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I'm a little discouraged.
Yeah, how did you know we were here then?
All right. Thank you, Your Majesty.
From inside her robe, she draws an orb that is apparently bigger than any pocket she could have been carrying, or like, because it's bulky, it's a fucking crystal ball like this. And she pulls it out with one hand from inside her, like a pocket inside her vest, inside her cloak. There was no bulge there or anything. So obviously her pockets work like bags of holding. And she raises it up in front of you and she says, with this, I watch, I learn, I seek. And she puts it back again.
What is that?
It's a scrying crystal.
Some sort of a crystal orb.
Like
Crystal
what
ball.
Gimble had.
Yeah.
I will
So we
find
get away
you if
goblins.
you call to me.
Lovely.
Okay, Unglamor.
Thank you,
Well,
Your Majesty.
And I
Majesty.
give her the I give her the lantern.
She bows before you, Hank.
Oh,
Goes down on one knee. I thank you. You save Sidariel with this
Oh.
act.
wow.
Guys,
Let's
we're
not
heroes.
forget that.
Yeah, what were you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. Tell everyone I did that. All right. So yes,
She said,
we ruined so many moments.
I take a passage to the key to the moons. When I have established this passage, I will seek heroes who can perform the tasks required to unlock the Parkard stone.
I'll come to the moon.
the Parkard stone.
That sounds familiar.
That's very. I need to
Does it
write
sound
that down.
familiar?
Want to make
Can you message us that line?
history checks?
Yes.
Well, we know what the Parkard is, but what's the Parkard stone?
Yeah, history check. Okay.
History check.
Go,
history
Moonbrook.
check.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
I got 18.
Yeah. Oh, both of us.
Oh shit!
Oh, so close to a nat 20, but I got a 2.
I got 18.
Tricky Bob got a nat 20, but it's -1.
We.
But yeah, it's still a nat 20. Okay. Gimble a nat 20. Wow. Okay. So
I'm an elf. Elf history.
Josiah, you clearly are not a history buff. And what did you get, Hank?
18.
18. That's pretty good too. Okay. So you've heard of the Parkard Rift, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when that rift was created by a comet called Parkard. So the Parkard stone, presumably, is what's
Bit of a
left.
comment.
Is the meteorite?
Right.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so it's still here. Obviously,
Do you ask that, or are you just saying that?
I do ask that. I say so. The Parkard stone is still in Sidariel.
It sits at the northern western end of the rift. It is marked by a site called, out of game for a second, Gebura Nox. There is a citadel built around it now. It is guarded by an order. Out of game, give me a second. I'll tell you the name of that order, which she is going to tell you. Pyrax Talanost Mistrum.
Hey, it sounds like that guy.
I love Pyrex.
Yeah.
Pyrex? Pyrex.
Pyrax.
Pyrex.
1 moment. I will copy that into here. The Order of Pyrax Talanos Mistrum. They are paladins and clerics that guard the Parkard Gate. This is the entry point from whence all things unnamed entered the world. It is an interdimensional gate.
Jesus. This is all above my pay grade, guys.
The city is named Gebura Nox. You may, she says, you may turn out to be the heroes I seek, but you are not yet ready.
I don't know. We've got a chariot that can hold 6 griffins now.
We don't have. We don't have any griffins.
To
Get
perform
griffins.
tasks, your trials, you will need to tame those griffins, Gimble.
Mhm.
Mm.
I plan to. I intend to. Okay.
Hey, Gimble, maybe those griffins can take us to the moons.
Yeah, the chariot. It's gonna be great, but we're not there yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty speechless at everything.
The paladins of Mistral Talanos, of Pyrax Talanos Mistrum, are born of dragons.
Oh,
Oh,
Are they
wait,
enemies?
hang on.
Born of dragons.
Are they like children of dragons or?
You may say.
And we
Does
need to
that
fight
give
them.
does that give them funny looking eyes?
Huh?
She like
Oh, dragonborn, right?
Pyrex.
Oh, what?
What?
He's got lizard eyes.
Is he?
He's got
Yeah,
weird
he's
eyes.
got dragon
yeah.
eyes.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's got
Fuck.
weird eyes.
she looks at you without understanding what you're saying.
Okay. Have you ever seen one of these Pyrex Telenos Mistrum? Do they appear human or do they appear
They are not human.
draconic?
They are born of dragons.
All right. Okay. All right.
There's a lot to
Mm.
take in.
You can,
It is.
you can
yeah.
infer that she didn't say they were dragons.
No, they were born
Yeah,
of dragons.
Born of dragons.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
They are
Yep.
All right.
dragon born.
Do you know what they look
Hmm.
like?
She casts minor illusion and creates an image of a dragonborn paladin.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, they're full. They're what's yeah, they're full.
They look like
multiples.
dragons.
Yeah, they're those
Yeah.
dragon dudes.
Yeah, so it can't be
Wait,
Pyrex because
so-
he's just the fat guy.
Out of game. So these guys are shit. These guys are villains we have to fight. Or they're the ones that are guarding or like stopping Unglamor.
They guard the Parkard Rift city of Gabora Nox. They are not evil.
Okay.
They are what you might consider a neutral force.
Oh.
What do they guard it for?
They keep what is inside in, and they keep those who seek to let it out.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And you seek to let something out.
I seek the key to the gate, so that I may allow a companionship of adventurers within to search this interdimensional dungeon and seek out an entrance into the 9 planes of hell, whereupon the avatar of Sahanine Moonbow may be restored.
Ooh. Yeah. There we go.
Right.
That's got to tickle Gimble's fancy.
That
Yeah, I know
seems
how I feel about all that.
extremely lofty.
Hmm.
But I'll be keen. Sure, let's do that.
But
Then
he
I
itself-
can become.
Bones.
Then I can become an elf god.
I have scryed for many centuries for the key itself of the Parkard Gate, and I understand that it is to be found within one of the 7 moons.
Unglamor,
So the
before
key
you
to the
go,
Parkards.
can we ask for some advice as well?
Can I be sworn into fealty?
To a giant god?
Yes.
You wish to swear fealty to Unglamor?
Yes.
Of course you may. I would be honored, Gimble of the Moonbrook.
I'd like to do that, please. I don't know what to do.
Step 4.
I step forward and kneel.
Very well. She reaches into her cloak and once more withdraws an item which clearly wouldn't fit in there. This time it's a sword, a narrow blade with a shining countenance, and she lowers it to your shoulder. And she says, "You have now sworn fealty unto Unglamor. You are a knight of an order that we shall found together.
Cool. Sweet. Lovely.
You are the first of my mortal servants.
Thank you. Can I? Is it weird to say Majesty?
Yes.
It's weird. I'm going to say Majesty. Your Majesty. Thank you for this honor.
Now, out of game, I think that is a good enough reason to give you a racial boon. A
Cool.
feat. Do you know what a racial feat is? And do you know where to find them?
I do not know how to add one. Just like
Okay, let's
randomly
figure that out. Or we can either figure it out now or between sessions.
between sessions, because we'll spend the rest of the night trying to figure it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Night of Unglamor.
Do you have any other requests? Would any
Yeah, we
of
we
the-
need a little bit of advice, Unglamor.
speak now?
Well, we're kind of at a little bit of an impasse of what we're going to do around this giant squid that we can't get rid of. And I guess we're just looking for some ideas.
You unfortunately have a great adversary. I can tell you the name of your enemy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that'll help.
Cannot remove them for you.
And
right.
understandable, but just a jumping off point, I guess.
Yeah.
I create some kind of a think tank here, you know.
The enemy that
Idea shower.
you seek, his name is Gaius Lox Banastad.
Gaius Lox.
Have we met him?
I
He resides in the city of Barakyle.
Oh.
He has stolen the wings of a Fae, an arch-Fae, and he is in ruthless pursuit of the Book of Israel. If he finds the Book of Israel, he will be unstoppable as a force to raise the undead. He will make himself an arch-lich.
There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
Defeating him will be the key to finding the Pyrex Pyrex Talanos Mistral. That guy.
the thing.
The other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially, you have to defeat the Barakyle before you can start worrying about this Parkard Rift nonsense.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, we just have to defeat the city of wizards.
Barakyle.
You guys.
Oh, city.
Well, we get us some griffins. That shouldn't be too hard.
The Barakyle have envoys in every city, bar one.
Bar one.
Gabura Nox, they are not tolerated by the Dragonborn.
Oh.
We also removed the one from our nearby city. So there's
we?
two. Remember where Pyrex was there? We kicked him out.
Yeah, well, we was just made to go to Vane Gate.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean, that was by now 6 months ago.
Did we not kill him?
No,
No,
Oh,
we didn't
no.
kill him.
Oh,
no, he
gods.
was just made to answer, made to go answer to his crimes. But I assume that on his way to Vane Gate, the city was actually taken. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, Queen Claresca, there you go, is in hiding. Last week, got an update from that area, so if anything, it's even worse down there.
Well, my lady, in addition to the chariot being transported to our fortress, I require a book that's being written by the Daughters, or
Twilight.
being written, or should have been written by now by the Daughters of Twilight, on guiding me on how to train griffins.
Yes, you
And
mentioned.
it's in full color.
It is in full color. It's really good. I get a bit nerdy about that. It's really anyway.
I will retrieve that book, and I will bring it to you. Where should you wish to have this chariot transported?
The
Crow's
What
Crow's
happens
Rest.
if we say Crow's Rest? Does she know
Mm.
what that is?
Should.
She's never seen it. We've never been there since.
She's
Tell me of the
Omnipotent.
place, and I will scry it.
Crow's Rest, about an hour's horse ride east of Belcanard.
About 20 minutes from Balconard, I think.
southeast.
Yeah.
Southeast of Balconard, a small fortress on a hill with a vineyard.
Northeast.
Yeah,
Northeast.
Northeast. Oh
Northeast.
god.
northeast. Yeah.
Actually, it's northwest of Balkanard.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want me to-
Oh, I was Al
no.
Sorry, you
I know where it
I
is.
Yeah,
It's that way.
Technically,
Okay.
if Sidariel is a flat plane, there can be no magnetic north.
No, but there could just be the northern edge, the eastern edge, the western edge. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway, yes, it's there.
Okay.
I just drop it on what's his face.
Here.
Albrecht
No.
just wakes up one morning and it's just sitting outside.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we better
the keep
talk to
master
Harbrick,
know
actually.
as well. Let the keep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got the stone.
We got
Tricky,
the
just
stones.
say-
So just let him
send-
know and tell him to keep the goblins away from it.
Now, out of game, is there a room there that you want to use?
Just the
Will it fit in a room?
courtyard,
I
I
thought the
guess.
courtyard.
What if
Central
it's
courtyard.
like
There's a stable area. That can go near there, but on the inside of it, inside the gated walls.
Very
Mm.
well. Very well. I shall place it there. Will there be anything else?
I
think
guess
that's pretty much it.
I mean, thank you, Unglamor. This is
weird?
unexpected.
Yeah, no, that's all. Yep, that's everything. Thank you.
Do not swear your field to me, however, only Gimble of the Moonbrook.
Look, I kind of got my own thing going on at the moment.
Yeah.
It's all really awkward. Like, well, you know.
It's not that I don't appreciate you as a god, but I guess I'm kind of just keeping my options open at the moment.
Just detect thoughts on you, Josiah.
Yeah.
What are your surface thoughts right now?
Well, like I said, I guess Josiah's mind has been blown open in the last year of travel and seeing gods in front of him. I guess he's thinking that you don't want to commit yourself to the first god you meet.
Okay.
Not that I don't want to help her. I'm just saying,
She's only a demigod too, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should hire.
You can wait
Have some standards.
Yeah.
wait till you get to Annam or
Tricky goes, shoot higher. Have some standards.
It'd be insulting to the both of us if I was just going to be like, yeah, you're the best I'll ever do. I might loop around back on Unglamor if I don't like my options. But
She's your summer girl.
What about
Yeah.
Hank? I look over at Hank and say, Hank, come on. Knight of Unglamor.
Yeah, no, I mean,
You can be beneath
Hank's-
me in the order.
out of game.
Hank's not really.
Out of game. I'm going to come up with a name for this order that she's going to found with you, and she'll come back to you with that. But if you have any suggestions, I will note them.
Hank.
I mean, Hank's up for a good time. Yeah, he'll probably sign up. Yeah,
All right.
It is
he's
swearing
not
guilty, though.
really one for adoration as such. He sort of doesn't really consider anyone above him. But
no,
Gimble's
sounds
doing
like
it, so why not?
I mean, if Gimble can do it, then anybody can. Surely.
I think I'd be quite serious. I'm quite serious about it.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you would be. You're an elf. You're a wood
Yeah.
elf.
Right.
The elf gods
Yeah.
suck. But also, this
Yeah,
helps
no,
bring back
I'll
the
do
elf god. So then it's
And out of game, you will get a racial feat for it.
Yeah, I'll jump on.
You'll
jump
jump on. Oh, go. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah, Hank's keen.
Then she will similarly draw this shining celestial blade and knight you as well. And
Wonderful.
make you entered into her order.
Okay.
but I'm
Excellent.
higher than I just turned. But I'm higher than you.
Why not?
Unglamor, me.
She's going to give you titles, I think, as well at some point, but I'll have to think those.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can.
All right. Cool. I'll have a title.
Yeah. Very well. Tricky Bob, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, given that you are a cleric of Moradin, and we've discussed how the dwarves kind of venerate the giants and the giant pantheon, but then she is the child of the sun. She's the child of Memnor, the trickster.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
she's
don't know.
cool.
I'm not keen.
She's not keen. That's
No, I'm definitely not gonna abandon Moradin, who came to me so many times
right.
for
Right.
some lady I just met.
Well, I mean, look, can you serve two masters, and are their wills aligned? I guess is the question.
I don't think she will align with Moradin, would she?
Unglamor?
Yeah.
You don't know, actually. You don't know what her. Well, I mean, if what she just described is true,
hmm
then it's possible that her will is aligned with Moradin. I mean, Moradin being basically essentially a good god, deity of lawful goodness. You would say Unglamor at the very least is a neutral something. She's probably not lawful, but she's not chaotic either.
No, I'll stick with Moradin, I'd say.
Fair enough.
And we will assist you wherever we can, Unglamor, but to be sworn into your service, I think. Perhaps not Tricky Bob and myself.
Very well. I am disappointed. Nonetheless, one is known by the quality of their followers.
Backhanded comment.
About my business, then, I shall begin these tasks. And she reaches down and puts her hand on the chariot, and there is a very expensive special effects occur. And the chariot and Unglamor disappear with a scintillating series of sparks and flashes and swirls and expensive CG, and boof, they're all gone. You notice that the treasure that remains there kind of slides in like a little avalanche to fill in the space where the chariot was moments ago.
Guys, just let you know, we got some giant spears out of that too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you?
Like,
Because I could have, no, because they're in the chariot, because I couldn't get them out because they're too big.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We can use them as pikes, I guess.
Punji sticks. Okay.
All right, cool.
Thoughts?
Should we continue on down this little rabbit hole here, or
But is there
should we go
more?
back up to? Well, I don't know. There was like a little corridor that wasn't blocked off, wasn't there? There was one that was and one that wasn't.
We're pretty
heading out
exhausted,
into
though,
the
aren't
back.
we?
Yeah,
true.
those stone golems.
Maybe we should just head back.
I think we're good now. We've got some stuff, and this has been a lot.
Well, technically, we lost some stuff.
Yeah.
We did, but we also got a magic cup and a chariot.
Got a magic cup. Yeah, that's
And
true. Well, the
well,
chariot we can't use right now.
but
No,
it's
but
an
we
investment.
will.
Do you know what an investment is, Hank?
Yeah, I don't know what
It'll
it is.
pay us dividends later.
I don't know what any of that is.
I'm not complaining. I'm just correcting Gimble. That's all.
All right. Yeah.
It's a hobby of mine.
Have you drunk any of from the cup yet?
No. Why? What's it taste like?
Ice.
It's already
baby.
pretty cold here, Gimble. I don't think I need
Alright.
to drink any more ice.
Fine.
You know.
Alright.
Yeah. If you were to tell me it tastes like blueberries or something, then,
Since
that'd be
since we're
great, but-
giving away all our stuff, are we okay with giving away the cup to
Grimgar,
Grimgar?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, yeah, what
fine
are we gonna do
I
with
don't
it?
really-
I want to give him the cup.
let's yeah. Well,
then I'm going
need
to
get
knight him.
upstairs first. You-
It can fit in the cup. It can fit in the bag. Check the bag of holding over the top of it.
Okay, are we gonna go
Oh.
back up the rope, or are we gonna?
First of all, tip it out. Tip it all. So I tip the rest of the liquid out, and then we chuck the cup in the bag.
Okay.
We squeeze it in.
Very good. As you're doing that, Gimble, there is a sudden flash of light in the room, filling the room. And then it contracts, and there's a puff of smoke or dust and so forth. and there, sitting on the floor, is this heavy, weighty tome.
I run over to it.
It is beautifully inked and painted. And Gimble, you're not sure this is a copy. This might be the original.
I don't have to pay
Damn.
them now. I'm probably still gonna have to pay them.
She stole this.
Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. Okay, great. I'll pick it up. Yeah. And how big are we talking? Can I carry this, or should it go in the bag?
I mean, you can carry it, but it's huge. I mean, it's like, how big is this? Like, I mean, it's
Size of the tabletop.
yeah. I mean, it's a big,
Okay.
huge tome.
I'm going to strap it to my back.
Strap
Wait, Gimble, hang on. I've been waiting for an opportunity to use something that I don't have a spell slot for, but I can cast as a ritual.
What?
Yeah. What's it called? Tensor's floating disc.
How long is it?
I don't want to. No. Maybe when we're
500 pounds.
after we've climbed up. Wait, can it? How does it work?
It just floats behind
But
me.
if we're climbing up,
Yeah.
like if I push this magic disc out the window,
Yeah, doesn't it hover?
will it just drop?
Yeah, it just hovers.
No,
But-
but doesn't it hover above ground?
But then yeah, it'll just drop.
I don't know. Hang on.
No,
No, it's not a floating
no,
platform.
no, you're not touching my book. You can touch it later.
Just Hank,
Okay.
dig up through the floor.
I can't dig through rock, man.
Mhm.
Come on.
We're climbing
Yeah.
back up. I've got all the climbing bits are in place.
Cinedane's temple.
Oh, we could have asked Unglamor to clear the path.
No,
the-
we
the-
dug under the rock in Cinedane's temple.
That's true. You got to the dirt, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
We
All
just
right,
climb back up. We just climb back up.
Tricky Bob fell as she climbed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Uh,
How am I gonna get back up? Well, I could
she goes first.
utility
She goes
spells.
first, and we can. Oh God.
mm,
Oh, Ongi.
no, I don't have. I mean, I could bliss myself.
Yes.
Wait,
Through
saving throw.
Moradin's
Where's
power.
my ability checks?
Talking about
It's just guidance. Okay, it's literally just a cantrip.
There we go. Do that. Why are we
Eh,
doing that all the whole time?
I don't know.
I mean,
Is there any?
I run games where people are just guiding themselves, like endlessly guiding themselves.
Yeah, that seems kind of broken. I don't like that.
Is there any earth about?
You can make an
Because I could just shape some stairs.
I'm just
Up.
gonna. I'm just gonna go climb. I'll see you up there.
Mm,
Yeah, but how are you going to get the book up? It's massive.
Strapped it to my back, like a backpack. I'll
You-
put it in my. Oh,
I mean, you do have a rope of climbing.
yeah.
yeah.
The rope
Right.
was how we got down with pittons and other ropes, but I think Tricky Bob
Alright.
still managed to roll.
You can also,
terribly.
I mean, I will let you tie yourselves to a rope so that you cannot fall and die.
Okay, all right,
There we go.
there we
See?
go. That's-
Here's what we do. No, that won't work. We don't have a rope long enough. Can we carry Tricky between the three of us?
Well,
Not very big,
what,
Yeah.
but she is heavily armored.
what you could do is you could rope her to somebody that's roped to somebody that's roped to somebody.
Oh no, here's what we do. No, here's what we do. It's like with actual climbing is we just tie this rope to her, and each of the pittons that we've got in place, we tie it to that until she makes it up to the next one. And then
Right.
Yeah.
that way, if she falls, she only falls to the pitten that she's strapped to.
I've been
A
waiting.
lead line. All right, let's do it. Let's head out
Let's go climb.
and climb out
Okay,
and
let's
go see
do
Grimgar.
that.
All right.
All right.
So let's get an athletics check with advantage from everybody. You can-
Okay.
I mean, if Tricky Bob wants to, she can give you
Guidance.
Give her triple
Yay.
advantage. 25.
What is it? Ability, strength check, acrobatics,
athletics.
athletics. Okay, advantage.
Hank got a 13 for the first one.
God damn it, Josiah.
And
We
a
didn't even tie you down.
D4.
Still
Ooh,
a
I
bit
got a
stiff.
21.
Nice.
I got an 8.
I should have guidance you as well. Can I guidance him?
Yeah.
Is it too late?
I got a 12. Oh wait, no, and a D4.
You have
isn't
to
it?
roll it, yeah.
Okay, I can maximum get it.
You got a 9.
Oh, do we
Okay.
get a D4 on top of that?
Yeah, sure.
I
I got
get
it to everyone.
okay. I got a 11.
So at
Okay.
this point, Josiah has slipped. Josiah, you can make a dex save.
Okay.
Hank got a 15 in that case.
Okay, I got a 23 for the deck save.
All right, so you don't slip so far as to pull anybody else off. You can try again now.
Okay. Is that the same rolls as before?
Yep.
Okay.
But
Sorry,
your
guys.
guidance is gone, though.
Yeah. I got a 6.
Oh,
God. What is going on with you? Okay, so you make another dex save.
Can he do acrobatics? Does he have to do athletics?
Depends what he's carrying. What are you carrying at the moment?
He doesn't
Again,
have bag of holding
An
anymore.
11 deck save.
An 11 dex save. Oh, okay.
Hi, Josiah.
Who's the next on the ropes?
Yeah,
I think
what
I
was that
probably
order?
got second.
Tricky would be last. Josiah would be one of the first.
Yeah. I'm assuming Gimble, you would have gone first.
Yeah, I was pretty eager.
All
I
right,
guess Hank's behind me then.
Oh, you're making an athletics check to see whether or not Josiah pulls you off the rope. What happened? Is it rolling?
I don't know.
Gimble?
Oh, what? Oh, wait. I'm above. Oh, sorry.
Thanks, isn't it?
What was it? Athletics.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I mean, it's whoever's
Yeah.
above you is going to
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
so what am I doing? A saving throw or an
Athletics.
athletics.
athletics check?
Yeah.
23.
Ah.
Okay, so, all right. So Josiah, you fall a few feet, but then Gimble takes your weight, and now you can grab back. All right. Enough of this hijinks.
Yeah, please.
Can we please just climb
I'm
up?
sorry. Being turned to stone actually drained me more than I thought.
Right. So after a bit of fucking around and a few scary, hairy moments, you get back up to the top, and everybody is alive.
All right.
Grimgar stands there with his arms folded. You have been gone many hours.
It was.
You-
It's a long
did you-
tale. We'll tell you a tale. Front of the
You
fire.
didn't happen to have a pet chimera, did you?
What?
Mm.
A pet chimera. Did you have a pet chimera?
I will make a pet of you, mortal.
Well, you don't anymore, even if you did. Sorry.
Let's go. We're sorry we took so long. Let's go in front of the fire and we'll regale you with about the tomb of Zarek Morrigan.
Nogrostru has returned.
Oh,
Your story is true.
Yay.
We
I
know.
will take you to the place known as Dodan Park.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
that's one.
Cool.
Can we rest first? We're tired.
Very
Yeah, we need a
well.
sleepy.
Is it not urgent, did you not say?
It is, but
Yes.
a lot of stuff just happened.
No, that's
and
fine. Can you carry us in a
We'd
wagon?
go a lot faster
or-
if we traveled giant steps.
I could carry you in a net.
Oh,
Okay.
Look, it's not the most
Christmas.
dignified thing, but I'm happy with it.
Mm.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's have a sleep in the net.
Can I sit on your shoulder and tell you the story first, well, as we travel?
You can make a persuasion check.
Mhm. I'm really good. I'm really persuasive.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Oh,
Right, so
14.
first of all, you have to persuade the DM.
Surely you're interested in hearing the tale of what was in the tomb of this old giant known as Zarek Morrigan.
He bends down by you. Tell me this tale now.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, do we want to give him the cup? Give him the cup.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Well, we first we went down there and it had been infested by a chimera, which ate a bunch of stuff and sturges, and so it was filthy. But down there is a treasure hold with many weapons, coins, whatever you might need if you can breach the walls. But what we did find for you is this, and we'll pull out this cup.
Ah, my father's cup.
Oh.
Ah, good. And we'll fill it with water for him so he can have a sip.
Ah, you have done well. A favor for me. And he drinks from the cup. And then he breathes frost. You can just feel the effects of it as he breathes around you. Out of game, you suspect that this cup gives frost giants the ability to breathe frost.
Okay.
Like a
We
breath.
have empowered him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good. That's wonderful. He seems happy. That's pretty much the story.
I felt rumblings of magic.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the cup.
When we reached for the cup, magic brought some statues to life that we had to fight.
Statues?
5 giant-ish statues.
The honor guard. My father's honor guard, you destroyed them?
They attacked us
In
first.
self-defense.
It was necessary
For the cup.
unfortunately, for the cup, which we have
Hmm.
returned to you, and you are very thankful for. Because in some situations, the ends do justify the means, as the classic giant saying goes.
And also, we did not reach for the cup before they attacked us. We stepped on to some stairs, and they attacked immediately.
You were trespassing on my father's tomb.
His body wasn't in there,
Mm.
and it was already it had already been
filed
we were
by
clearing
a-
it
filed
by
by
a
a
chimera.
That's right.
we
There's
did some
gross
house
stuff in there.
cleaning for you.
Yeah, and we brought you your dad's cup.
You can make a persuasion check with advantage, one of you, whoever's...
Not me.
Me, because I,
Yeah, Josiah.
as the
Yeah.
classic giant saying goes, Annam didn't create the world without breaking a few continental drifts.
Checks
And
out.
I got
Yes.
a 26.
I see. Well then, collect your things. We shall begin this journey.
Okay, to
All right.
Bar Bog Gong Per.
Yep. Bapug. Bapug. Gongo Bapug.
Doden Barpug.
Doden Bar
Doden
Bog.
Bapug.
Also, we Russ, we probably need you to write down almost everything that Unglamor said because there are a lot of names in there.
You sent it all through to me rather
Oh,
than
good.
direct
Oh.
direct
Oh,
chat.
good. That's fine.
Yeah,
You can
hang
you
on.
can
Okay.
you can
Yeah.
hoard it.
You can disseminate it.
All right, cool.
Super duper.
To Doden Bar. Cool. Lovely. Cool. Good.
Hmm.
We can travel, and if we're in the net, we can have a nap. I mean, I could sleep in it. If I was being carried in a net, I reckon I could fall asleep.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, I was
Okay,
pretty
it's come
close.
through to everyone, yeah.
I got Zarek. Right. Haha.
Okay. So thusly, he lays out a net and smiles for a moment. Step on board. Small.
Oh no.
All right. Go. Jumping in.
You jump in.
Jumping in.
Yeah, sure.
And
Okay.
Yeah, I'm jumping in too.
I can
And
nap,
I
but
am
I don't
having
think I
a-
can
yeah.
read. I don't think I'd be able to read in a net.
I don't think you can read in a net, but you can take a long rest.
Yes.
Thank Christ.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
All right, so he picks you up, and all your stuff carries you. And at your side, the winter wolf, Nogrustru, runs as he walks across the landscape through the trees, and you're swinging around about the height of his hips most of the way there. And along the way, he gathers up 3 ogres.
Oh, cool.
What Jara and the remaining guy doing?
I'll forget them.
Yeah. Can they head back if we're running, having trouble keeping track of the characters now?
Yeah, I think, Jara, how about we have it that you explain what's going on to Jara?
Yeah.
And that she's out of her depth.
Goes to report to her tribe.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because that really makes us look good. We befriended a frost giant and have gone to liberate the sacred ground with him.
Not to mention, 2 of our order are now sworn to Unglamor, or we're going to not tell her that.
We're not telling
Probably
her that.
shouldn't.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
The penitent order of Unglamor.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Right, so he takes you across the landscape, and you go for about 2 days, even at his top speed, or well, not his top speed. He's not going at full tilt, but at a steady, fast pace, without resting day and night. He puts you down maybe once every 4 hours for a 10-minute break, so you can pee and eat and stuff. And so on. And that's when you can do things like take notes or, read things or, prepare spells or shit like that. And eventually you approach these mountains, very large mountains, a range that goes up into the clouds. The peaks disappear. And looking up into these clouds, you can see this storm around the top of the clouds that just seems to be sitting there. Bolts of lightning and rolling thunder as you approach closer and closer. Once in a while, you can see from a distance an avalanche slide down. And over the last 2 days, you've noticed 1 or 2 earthquakes have struck also. Now it's Maria's turn to drop out.
Yeah. And
Oh, she's back.
Yeah.
Back.
hey,
Yeah.
Wait.
Excellent. So thusly, you head up into these mountains. Now, the last thing I'm going to do before we basically wrap up is bring you to a new map. But first of all, I have to find it.
yeah, I couldn't figure out how to add a racial feat or a separate feat. I can add feats, not.
Okay, so climbing up this mountain, you are taken to the very top, and what you find is that there's like a crater in the top of it, but when you get to the edge of it, Grimgar puts you down and opens the net so that you can all stand there and look. And looking down below, you can see this massive encampment inside this crater. But the thing about the crater is it's not just like this. It's not like a cup. It kind of curls over. So it's kind of like a sphere with the top cut off about 2/3 of the way.
Right.
And there are a number of, there's one main road that heads down the steps into this place, and I'm going to move you on the map to this location, which is here.
Oh.
And you guys are standing kind of over here somewhere, looking in. And what you can see within are many, many, many orcs, frost orcs. And in the center, in here, you can see there is a massive chasm that goes deep into the darkness from above. But rising from that chasm is this pentagonal stone structure that is lifted up and stands up about 100, 200 feet above the camp from within. And that structure is made of this kind of black stone, this obsidian-like black stone. It's very shiny and sharp. You can't tell whether it has anything marked on it or anything from this distance, because the distance from, where you are to about here is about half a mile. These structures seem to be all solid buildings that have been erected. There's even towers. These are walls. This is a wall that kind of curves around from the outside, and you can see there's a tower inside that wall.
Mm-hmm.
These grey structures are more of these pentagonal black obsidian spears that are sticking up out of the interior of the space. Yeah, and so you can see they've built roads around the place. All of these places, all of these entrances have fairly heavy guards. You can see there's a number of barracks. For example, over here seem to be barracks. Over here seem to be barracks. And the command center looks like it must be probably here, you suspect.
Right.
From above. And so looking down in there, you can make a rough head count of maybe 200 to 300 orcs.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh, it's no small potatoes.
So I'm going to leave.
So we have to kill about 100 each, orcs each.
Right.
No problem.
I just say to the others.
So I'll leave it right there.
All right, very good.
Think about
Very good.
how you want to approach things on your next session.
All right.
Sneakily.
All I'm thinking about is boulders.
I guess
The
the
same thing. They set those boulder traps. We just throw boulders into this canyon.
You would also notice that there are orcs traveling back and forth from these water areas, carrying water.
Right. There we go.
Okay.
Maybe we could poison them.
Yep. Poison sounds good.
All right. And I'll
Okay,
leave
cool.
you guys there. Thank you very much.
Very
Thank
good.
you
Alrighty.
all.
Hope you
Ciao, ciao, folks.
still
I'm
having
going to Bunnings.
Sounds good. Pick up my book.
see you in 2 weeks, yeah?
So yeah.
2 weeks.
Bye.
Well, are we changing days or are we good? What are we doing?
I think Phil can't change days till February, is that right?
I can't. I mean, I can do Saturdays. That's pretty
can do
much the only
Saturdays.
change. Yeah, Thursdays I can't do because we're doing
Until after the
quicker
wedding.
lessons. Yeah, we're doing dancing lessons. But to be honest, I think we're probably going to continue doing those quicker lessons because they're super cool. Sorry, Russell, you're about to say something.
What about Tuesdays?
We normally can't do Tuesdays. Got a pub quiz on.
But if
Yeah,
it's only
that's
every
right.
second week, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it would be every second week on a Tuesday as a possibility.
Yeah,
Tuesday,
I
I
was okay with
I
that.
think I could work with a Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, again, we've got
Just
3 hour
hire a
difference
tricky
now. We've
appendix.
got 3 hour difference now for a bit, which is
It's only this
if
week.
I'm on at
Yeah.
5, there'll be 8 for you guys. So you'll be going
Oh,
from 8
wait.
until 11.
Right.
Are
Which
you
isn't so bad.
Queensland? You're not New South Wales, aren't you?
Queensland, yeah.
Now,
Yeah, you
if
don't
you-
have your daylight savings for a while.
If we stick with Sunday for
But we have it now.
a little while, would be okay.
Oh, are you having it now?
Yeah, it started now because normally I start at 9 a.m. and finish at 12, but today we started at 8. So it's already kicked into place.
All right. Well, why don't we do at least next Sunday? Well,
Okay.
the Sunday,
Yeah.
the next rotation of Sunday, and then we'll look to what we can do after that.
All right, cool.
Hmm.
All right.
But yeah, aren't you
Righto.
meant to go back to 9 soon?
No, it only just changed. I wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
because
with
it
us.
changed for us. Yeah, no, it changed for us, but you didn't get changed.
Oh, well, I don't know then. You might be right. I don't understand daylight savings. I don't understand the whole
I
process.
think Queensland might not do
Something
it.
about the
I know there's
sun.
a state that so New South Wales is doing it this
Yeah,
weekend.
they changed time. I know that they changed time.
But I don't think Queensland does it at all. So
That's
I
why
think
it doesn't match. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Tim and Phil, you might want to look up the racial feats. I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
Anathar's guide, and have a look, and we'll talk about what is most appropriate and reasonable and stuff,
Okay, cool.
and how to
Sounds
add.
good.
And how to add
Mm,
it. Yeah. All good.
Yeah,
No
Super
worries.
duper.
yeah,
Alright.
so it's gonna be 3 hours forever now until next daylight savings.
Yeah.
So long.
Turtles.
Bye.
Why? Oh,